Something is deeply wrong. You can feel it. So what has happened to us? And what should we do about it? Join the Finding Gnosis show. It's an open panel for people trying to figure out what's really going on in this strange existence and what we should be doing while we're here. Join us as we all find Gnosis together. Gnosis is knowledge. We need to find out what's going on. We need to find out what we should be doing. Chat soon on the Finding Gnosis show.
I don't know. I gotta figure out what that shit is. I'm running it through in my head. I didn't say much there. I'm trying to figure it out in my head.
Come on, man. I mean,
well, besides, okay, go ahead. Besides the obvious,
I thought you would have figured. I thought.
Well, let me give you what it looks like, and then you tell me what you think. I think it's whatever we've built up for ourselves, what we consider ourselves to be. When threatened, we lose our fucking mind. When someone points reality at us, we lose our fucking mind.
Yes.
I think if I can speak on that real quick, Jack, I think you hit it right on. And the way I express it is, for me, my spirit comes from my observances around me and my experiences in that observance. Whether it be good or bad. And in that, I have to accept both the good and the bad in order to be able to deal with it appropriately in my psychology. So when I see terrible things, I have to be able to contemplate it in my mind and not get upset about it. At the same time, when I see these overjoyous type things, I also have to be able to contemplate it in my mind and not get overexcited about it.
I dig it, Pero. Yes.
It's a balance.
Yes.
Jack is the balance. That's why he's in the middle on top, right?
I will say he is emulating that a lot better than I ever experienced it before, because with this forgiveness, I don't see the angry old man that he said I was back in the beginning. And I hope you don't see the angry old man that I was before either. And I see that working in Jack, and that's the balance that I see and the balance that I'm seeking as well.
I've seen your progress from that. I've seen your progress from that angry man.
You should have seen both of these knuckleheads.
Man, back in the day.
You should have seen both of these knuckleheads back in the day. Fucking Pero was so fucking angry. I thought he was gonna blow up fucking blood vessel. Now he's the sweetest, wisest fuck in the world. He still gets his anger issues. He has to get over. And Jack was a lot less patient and a lot more angry. Now when he pushes the button, he does it as an adult. Like he just did. I don't think I'll bring you up because you're disruptive. As opposed to losing his fucking mind and doing this shit out of anger and then spending 20 minutes talking about a motherfucker while here in the basement. I've seen him progress fucking greatly. And Jack, I'm gonna throw you another one. I've seen your confidence grow, and that's more attractive. It's beautiful.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
that. I think the two go together, sincerely.
Very good. You gain that confidence, and then you gain the patience because you're not so nervous and shit. They don't trigger your nerves and shit.
Yeah, I think he's got a greater strength in forethought today. Before it was reaction.
Pimpin' Dick, what's up, yo? That's my man's right there, bro.
Welcome to you, Dick. It's been a while. How you doing?
Just feeling the love, blessings, and just wanted to marinate in the love fest here with y'all. Seemed like a good moment to get in on this the love
Your
circle we got
energy.
going here.
Yes, your energy, man. You saw like energy, and like energy draws like energy. And it also, excuse me, Stephen, but it also draws what DNW was saying, a disruptor. They see that shit about to happen too, and they don't want a bunch of motherfuckers up there fucking kumbaya, man, talking about God is great. They don't need that shit in their life.
That's what they think, but they don't know
We
that's
agree. Well
exactly
said. Thank you for correction. Yeah. Well said. I'm glad you didn't leave me hanging with that. You're right. That's exactly what they need.
Well, that was my experience, Joe. I didn't think I needed a relationship with God. God, that was stupid. Oh my God.
He right. God steers my ship, right? I just like put myself where I need to be, and then God does the rest, man. Right? Everything, every friendship, every thing, every person, every.
Can I stop you?
Yeah.
Because I have a big problem with that God thing, and God works daily with us. I think God set something forth, and then that free will gives us the power to do what we need to without Him intervening. I think a lot of people miss that. He gives us that free will so we can feel the power going through us of Him not intervening. But when we do those good things, we can feel that appreciation. And when we do those bad things, we can feel that guilt and repentance. Otherwise, without that, we leave everything to God. We have no feelings. That's my opinion.
I think we're in agreement, with the exception. I think you may even agree with this. I'm talking about those instances that don't seem to make sense. Like I meet somebody who I needed to meet with that word at the moment I needed to have it, and he had no business even being there. That ain't just because I have free will or something. In his free will, we didn't know we were even gonna be there. That looks like some type of intelligence. Joe's broken right now, and I know who to send his way. And then we do our free will shit. When we meet, Jack is gonna come for me because that's just what we do with each other.
Hey, I want to jump in with this. You mentioned the feelings, and what I was considering is what our life is. We go through time. We're just physically sensing ourselves through time, right? And those who are confused, they make no sense, right? They lose their senses, literally. They lose sense of reality, sense of normal, sense of good.
I dig it.
Yeah.
So the key is to recognize the symptoms. And if there's confusion inside, that's a symptom of a lack of faith. It means that there's an answer that's waiting for you. There's a burden for you to put down, right? Because we carry through life whatever we pick up and what we want to carry. I carried a lot of shit.
Even unknowingly. It sucks, but we do.
Yeah, my mom expressed it, bless her heart, forgive her for she knows not what she does. But there are many things that I did learn from her in life. And one of the spiritual things I did learn was that, Keith, if you do things right, things just have a funny way of working out. This was her way of telling me to just have faith. Yeah, this was her way of just telling me to have faith. Not faith in anything else but myself, in being able to do what is good. And that's it.
Yes. I like the way she phrased that, do things right, because I honestly live by that. And I see it in two ways. One, the obvious, you do things right, moral sense. And the second, is like they say, anything worth doing is worth doing correctly. Give it your all, no matter what it is. It don't matter if you agree to a thing, you give it your all, do it right. And you'll see that things will happen. If you do a half-ass effort, people will notice. You're the only one thinking, it'll pass. If you put your foot in it, in your heart, people will notice that as well.
Put your back into it. And I mean, look at where it got us. It feels like we've been streaming for hours, but it's only 1 hour and 20 minutes.
It feels good
so far. Yeah.
It feels good because we're not all worked up, and I think we're actually hearing each other. And speaking of, Dick, I know you joined. You didn't say much, but the Vital Vicar is returning from yesterday, and I want to welcome you back. You might have been one of those I was a little rude to. If so, welcome back and thank you.
And I just wanted to dovetail on what you were saying there. It's that whole thing. I was told that success breeds confidence, and confidence breeds success.
We
But
agree.
then it's that whole chicken or the egg thing, right?
I
It's
dig
like,
it.
so
Which came first?
to have the success, and first we might want to acknowledge what that is, but we would need the confidence. So we have to give ourselves permission to step into what the greater intention is for, our purpose or whatever it is we're trying to achieve. We would have to say, if we're
Dick,
looking for peace,
Dick,
that you are that peace.
Dick, listen here, Dick. You're not,
Oh no,
Dick, you're not helping.
the antagonist.
Do you understand, Dick?
It's the counter argument to peace.
He is helping.
I have to speak to my big brother Joe here, Dick. I need you and your beautiful green tea and white privilege to sit on the sideline
Jesus.
just for 5 seconds. Brother Joe,
All right.
Yes.
Brother Joe. We gotta
Well,
figure
listen.
something out, man. We gotta figure something. These conversations on YouTube are moving us about as far as Jack Talcott actually meeting Trump. No way. Love you guys.
Okay. Let's see if that's true. Because one, I think Jack is Jack talking and I can't hear him. Did my phone trip out?
So mouth
Jack talking?
exercises.
No,
No, he's
go ahead,
Okay.
Joe.
Okay.
Strengthen
Okay.
his jawline.
Face max looks max.
You're on.
USA says Dick is full of tea. But that's one of the best.
Yes, you
Cheers.
said these
Cheers to
conversations are leading us nowhere. Kind of like it led Jack to so and so. I would disagree. Personally, in my own life, I am sharper than ever in my wisdom, which shows my narrations and my conversations with other and my patience. All of you had added and benefited to that. All of you have been my wise teacher at some point. And as far as Jack getting close to Trump, he may be getting closer.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Oh no! God damn it, Joe! God damn it, Joe!
God damn it, I'm holding down. He's moving in that direction. You remember he used to sit in one chair his whole life. I used to beg him to leave. Now he's getting tackled by guards in DC. He's on the way, right? He's doing something.
Right. I can see it.
Well, here, and actually,
And it's not to fix the leaders, because we really can't do that, though we can communicate with them. I think it's more important that we fix each other. And I think that's
Praise God.
revealing here today that we are doing that.
Some of
It
us.
is not until we fix ourselves and we can put ourselves in those positions that we can replace those people.
Pimp. Well said,
Right.
Pero.
Jack gives himself permission to talk to Trump. Most people would say, I couldn't even do that. He would never talk to me. That's totally impossible. Jack gives himself permission to experience the quote impossible.
I understand.
What's wrong with that?
thank you. I want to swing back to this, but I also want to acknowledge Hank. Thank you again for your continuing support, contributions. Egg always comes first, Dick. Confidence without success is fraud. That case can be made, but I question where's faith in consideration. Can you have faith despite past failures? Confident Can you be confident despite past failures?
How can you not be confident without having any failures? How can you be confident, with only success? That's
And this
that's,
is evident.
that
this
would
is
be arrogance. That would be hubris. So
Well, and that's because you were refined through that fire, right? You learned something, so you're ready to tackle that challenge again. You're ready for another round because you know it's going to be different this time.
Get up and
That's
get on that
you
bike
got it.
again.
what I mean. Dick, this is what I mean. It's just like Jack. Jack, I love you, dude. You know I fucking love you. But it's just like you with the whole Trump White House thing, or Pero. I honestly, Joe, when it comes to like OGs in the game, Joe, you're like top 3 for me. You're like Michael Jordan, Kareem. But I still hold Pero above you, Joe, because Pero comes at us with the truth.
I love it. I
Hold
love
up. Now I'm about to fuck you guys up right now. Now listen to me. real quick. Let me land.
No, don't fuck
Paro
us up.
is wiser
Don't
than me,
fuck
by
us
the
up,
way. He's
dude.
been
Don't,
practicing for
no,
years.
just don't do that.
Real quick, I feel like El Perro has taught us as a community more about the truth and how we can wake up, as opposed to Jack and Joe telling us how to follow cops or go to White House.
All right.
Listen, one
I love
Paro's
you guys,
been
and we gotta have
way
some
longer.
conversation.
Paro's supposed to be wiser than us. He's been doing this shit. I've been doing this shit for 5 years. Go ahead.
Oh, please, hold on. I haven't even had a chance to stand up for myself with these comments. But at some point, I did actually offer an invitation for the Vital Vicar to jump in. You want to jump in, brother? Sister? I'm not sure.
like, I don't remember.
Hey,
Vital?
back to, tell you what, we can just jump back into this because the claim was made that Jack's spinning his wheels. There's no progress happening.
Yeah.
These online conversations aren't doing anything of value. But what is your part in this? Are you just a bystander to criticize and complain, or what are we going to do?
I am respectfully, Big Brother Jack, I am a contributing member of society that is sick of the online beggars as contributing members of society.
How do
As
you
someone-
contribute was the
as
question,
someone who
pimp. Don't
considers
dodge it.
you-
How do you contribute?
As Joe, just real quick, as someone who considers you, Flo, Sarah, as much as it kills me to say it after all this debauchery going on, Joe, Pero, the Vital Vicar, Dick, all of you guys, I consider you all people who have potential. But when I see us just hoarding around as online
You're
beggars,
dodging his question.
selling some fake future.
Hold on. When was the last time you were here?
It's been about a month or two.
Selling a false fuel. I'm not selling anything.
Jack,
I'm offering inviting.
I was your biggest fan when I found you.
Don't let him
You'll
dodge
come
your
back.
question, Jack.
And-
What are
and
your
you know what
contributions
happened,
to
Jack? No,
society?
that's an
Thank you,
answer,
Joe.
Joe.
Thank you,
Joe, don't you pull that black Hebrew.
See, he
right
make
now.
me laugh. That's
Don't
how he
you
get
pull
me.
that-
He
Don't
makes
you
me
pull
laugh.
that
That's how he
foundational
pull me
black
off.
American shit on me now. Yes, exactly. I lose sleep over sending Flow State money because he's such a charlatan. Listen,
He charges back.
How much money is it? How much money?
listen, guys, this is
How much
where we're
He
at.
didn't read that part. He charges
Hundreds
it
of
back.
dollars. Hundreds of dollars. And after the third $100, I was like, no, I'm charging back. I'm charging the fuck back. But for what it's worth, Jack, you don't make people pay money just to hang out with you online. So maybe you're better than Flow State in that
Maybe
regard.
he's better than you. He puts out positivity. You do not.
No,
Thank you,
no.
Joe.
Here's the difference, Jack. I never got to say this. When I first founded you, I was in love with you. You know what happened, Jack? Your chat told me I'm fucking out of my mind for supporting you. And then I've been watching and it's been 3 years.
This sound is hilarious. That's
That was
fucking
right.
funny.
Hey Jay,
Oh,
are you
that's
going to
brutal.
restore all the money,
supporting you.
all the wasted money that you spent on Dusty? Are you going to restore that to Jack?
Holy cow.
Maybe
Has
that's
he taken one of your life coach classes, Jack? Has Save the West participated in any of your offerings?
He doesn't love you, pimp.
No.
I mean, it sounds like he would charge back any funds that he paid you for said education, but beside the point, he's never even actually taken you up on any of your offers, and he wants to be a
No.
armchair quarterback to what you're doing.
Yeah. And the
It's
thing
brutal.
is, I help him for free to become a better man.
Yeah, right.
That's right. I know you would.
He does.
I know you would.
Dusty, welcome to you. How are you, brother?
Hey, hold on a second. I got an audio issue.
All right.
Guess
And
what?
and I
No,
gotta
see,
say,
this is great. This is great. The only time I get to be on panel with Dusty, fucking the great Jack Talcott panel, because anytime I'm on the panel with Dusty on Dusty's channel, I get donated off every time I cook these. I fucking hate these motherfuckers. Jack, I love you. Para, I love you. I gotta go. I see you guys. I'm subscribed to you guys.
Hell no.
And when
Hell
I'm
no.
on
You're not
YouTube,
going anywhere.
when I am, motherfucker.
AJ.
I'm not going against my wife because of you.
I have not seen you. You have not paid me in months. You don't pay to hang out with me. You pay because you're just on the payroll. I'm on payroll now. Where's my money?
I know you're making a lot of money, dude. I'm so proud of you. Well deserved, by the way. I will never pay you again, you fucking motherfucker. I love you guys.
But that's okay. He's got a way to get paid by proxy. You can put him on the fucking detain list.
You know what on there now is Imperious.
What?
Somebody paid to have my entire inmate roster emptied about a week ago, and the same day that he got out, Imperious got right back on. He's only at $60 though.
He didn't waste no time the same day. That makes sense. That's Imperious for you.
Yeah.
He couldn't wait.
AJ was right. He used to be a fan of mine, and then his mind was changed, and then he kind of stayed away. And now when he's returning,
well, he just completely evaporated when I got here.
Yes,
he was swayed by the chat.
I think.
That just shows you how powerful.
You got a special visitor.
I don't believe none of that shit he said though.
No, it's a lot of that is play. He's a fun guy. And you know what though, I do have to recognize. Yesterday, I don't know that I was as much fun yesterday. I don't think I allowed as much fun yesterday. So in some ways, I could be seen as a hypocrite again. But I'm glad you guys are here. I'm actually enjoying today. So
very good. Blessings.
What did you do yesterday to people?
Likewise, Jack. I mean, I was here yesterday, and so was DNW. So DNW, since you were here yesterday and today, how do you rate this one? This stream?
Scale of 1 to 10.
It's good to compare and contrast, I suppose. But I can't see any standout winner. I think they were
just a number, dude. Just a number.
No.
I mean, that would be meaningless. I mean, I know that might entertain you, but I'm not into meaningless pursuits. That's why I'm here.
Just say a number for him so he shuts up.
Okay,
Jack, can I just
5?
Can I say one thing?
Right.
Look at Jack. Look at this cornucopia of jokers up here. Jack, again, Flow State show is nothing without me. Nobody's show is anything. I am the antagonist of YouTube. You can't have a protagonist without an antagonist.
No, that's not true.
Who's this guy? Name a book without an antagonist.
That may be the only thing you ever said.
Name a story without an antagonist.
Maybe find greater battles to spend your time on.
Why? I've already won in life.
That movie.
So now I just abuse the poor.
Didn't have any antagonist. You've lost. You're the antagonist. Remember, you always lose.
Who's this guy? Hey, look, I made more money for Flow in one day than he makes in a month.
Who gives a shit?
And I'm not saying, you know what's funny? That's an hour's worth of my salary. An hour.
You did, and you know what? You did really good. Really good job.
Hey, do you got anything else?
Now, Flo, repeat what you said again, that I'm the best, I'm your God, and that your show is mine. Now, go ahead.
You did a really good job. I really appreciate it when you put in the time, effort, and talents that you have to make me money.
Flo, thank you. There we go.
Yeah,
now
absolutely.
I appreciate it. There we go. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks. Look,
I'm sorry.
Jack.
I'm sorry. Who is this person and why are they talking?
Thank you. And I was going to address it, but BioVicar, if you got anything to jump in with, please, you're welcome.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to blabber about how my worth is completely tied to how much money I made today. And you guys are all going to be really impressed.
Sweet.
You're all going to be really impressed.
I love it.
Tell us you're broke without saying you're broke.
Yeah, okay. Buddy, money isn't an issue. I just don't need to make it my entire personality because I'm a person. Like, who gives a fuck if you have money?
Yeah,
loser?
I definitely don't think you have money. Otherwise, you wouldn't be so immediately resistant to like 30 seconds worth of money talk.
That wasn't money talk. That was a guy like bragging.
Yeah, I think he was talking about Imperious, not your end of it, Flo. He's talking about Imperious immediately. He was like, that's
and
nothing. You know how much money I make.
Moreover, Powdered Dusty, this is a show, to me, as far as I know, I've only been on here a couple of times, but this is a show where we talk about important philosophical shit, not like how much money.
Oh, shit, my bad. Man, I'm new here. I don't know what they do here. Sorry, man. Will you teach me the ropes? Will you teach me the ropes?
Funny. That's funny. I'm doing it. That's funny.
Dusty, here,
Who is this douchebag?
Who are you? And impress me. Tell me how to make a bunch of money.
let's
I don't think
pause,
so.
please,
Yes,
because
let's
You
pause.
don't like money. Poor people don't like money.
Dusty,
I don't
think-
believe anybody on the internet who claims they have a bunch. Like what? Like how much money do you think is a lot of money?
Oh, like $100.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got no money.
I know he's just fucking around, but it's like, here's the thing, Powdered. I don't give a shit if you've got money, if I don't have money, if I'm broke, if you have a ton, if you're broke, if this guy's broke. It has nothing to do with what kind of person you are. I judge you by you, not what's in your pocket. So are you a good person or are you a shitty person with a lot of money?
I'm definitely not anybody who's trying to morality contest with anybody else, and I'm not trying to gain the admiration of Vital Vicar. So, Vic, what is something that that you find worthy of your time and attention?
That's a really, really good question.
It's not that
Actually,
hard.
let me toss one out here, please, because one of the things I was trying to get across to what's his name, the other guy who was here.
Imperius?
No, before Imperius.
The West guy. The West guy. AJ,
Well,
right? Wasn't that his name?
AJ, thank you.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to do anything we want.
Well, I mean, I can answer his question.
Jack was already.
He asked me a question. What's worth my time and attention? My garden, my chickens, my children, my household, my collection, my writing, my art, my
All about
reading.
you, huh?
He's a man with hobbies.
It's
it's all about you. What
We all
I
have
hear,
hobbies.
actually,
Hobbies are good.
can I
You-
answer
you-
this question, please? And I'm sorry to be rude or interrupt, but what I want to offer to people is this idea.
he asked me what was important to me, so yeah, I answered about me.
Right. And I'd love for you, can you agree with what's important to me? I mean, what is important to me? Can that be important to you too? The idea of ending wars and bringing reforms. Because if we can get more people to agree that it's kind of important, we should do this, end wars, bring reforms, guess what we're going to do? We're going to fucking do it.
It's worthwhile to try, but I mean, people have been trying to do that for 5,000 years.
How about here and now? Here and now is a new day. We're new people, right? We've
How are
each
you-
got different ideas.
How are you
and
going to
stuff.
break the power structure without violence?
We'd have to
Okay,
do
so-
something
so
different
how
than
about
they did.
The regulation.
Okay, so Vital Vicar, how about just agreeing with positivity and good idea? How about just not opposing that? Have you ever thought about that, or is this your only function that you can have?
Are you
I'm-
going to stop war with positivity, or how'd that work in
Well,
Vietnam?
Actually,
Wait.
I can
You
answer
cannot
that.
even answer the question.
I can answer his question, but
Because it's
the
non sequitur.
question here, you can run all these narratives, but the question is, are you interested in considering that if we tried, we could end wars and bring reforms? I've given it years of thought.
Then you have some solutions.
And it's
you're
all we
talking
have to
about
do-
solutions to the human condition. Like, what do you?
yes, we've had
All
the
we have
answer.
to do.
Well, it's not
to end
possible unless we
wars-
become a different thing. Unless we become like a different.
No, you
species.
just make
Hello,
it.
are you a Christian by chance? Hopefully.
I think Vital's right.
absolutely
We have
am.
to do something different.
You
If
are
all
a
throughout
Christian,
humanity
so then
we've
you
been
know
unable
about
to do it.
becoming the new thing. You know about
My
allowing
solution was
the
never
ways
heard.
of the world to die so that we can live freely with God.
But that's for individuals. That doesn't work for nations.
I'm
Can I
here
back-
offering
can I
and
back-
trying to lead others into this, but I don't see a lot of people that are very interested in what I'm trying to say.
Everybody wants to do
Because
what
what you're
what
talking
you,
about doing inevitably leads to a life of espionage and terrorism and getting killed.
No,
by
that's
drones.
where we are now.
Is that true?
Nothing does that. Don't you get it?
Can I, Jack?
What's your plan
It's
to
much
stop
like a
Iran
battery.
right now? We just attacked
It's much
Iran.
like-
What's your plan to stop it?
It's much like a battery. All of us are part of a battery in this government. The government is the battery. We are part of that battery.
No, you're not.
But it does not charge like that.
You do not participate in the operations of the United States government.
Hey, listen, I was speaking, motherfucker.
Please take a breath. Take a breath.
Okay, go ahead and tell me to vote.
Hey, I
not
was
what he's
speaking.
saying,
Shut the
Vic.
fuck up and let me
Hey.
finish speaking.
El Perro, drop the anger. Take a breath.
Thank you.
Okay, and please allow him to finish his point.
So when we charge a battery, we find it's much better on the battery to charge it by a trickle charge.
Okay.
It's a slow process. It does not happen overnight. And it happens internally, not from the outside. Each of us, just through our knowledge, is part of that charge in the battery of government. I yield.
I don't know which part of this conversation I want to attack more.
You don't have any power over the levers of the United States government, okay?
Actually, tell you what,
We are part of that.
Jack.
I'd love
That
to be
was
a
just
part of this conversation.
bad
Okay,
for.
I know it was, but
What did I catch a stray for?
I don't know.
That's fair enough.
And Powder Dusty, I want to go back to we got off on the wrong foot. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much money I don't have. I still love you.
Okay.
I'd like,
But this, what we need to, if you're talking about bringing world peace, you are talking about going up
Yes.
against trillion-dollar power structures. Some
yes,
of the most evil people in the world who have the
Yes.
most advanced technology and surveillance
Yes.
you've ever heard of.
Will you let
What are you
Jack
gonna
tell
do?
us
What do you think you're
how-
gonna do? Like, you think you're
Will
gonna
you let
like,
him tell us
Hello?
how? You don't have to guess. Let him tell us how.
do you want to know, or just you want just to make me listen to your fucking doubts? I mean, come on. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. I am filled with faith that the answer is the truth.
There
Okay,
you go.
we
how?
collectively,
Yeah. Let him keep going.
the only reason we don't know the truth is because governments, organizations, individuals have chosen to sell us lies.
So
Corporations.
your plan is to mind convert people one by one to the truth.
That's not what I'm saying. Do you
Well,
want to
what are you
understand
saying?
me, or do I need to?
No. I don't
Prove
understand
to
you.
you.
I
Be
asked
nice.
you. You
The
said you want
truth.
to. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I'm not speaking in
You
theory.
bring up mind control. What I'm offering is.
I didn't bring up mind control. I just brought up changing.
He's
people's
Jack. In sincerity, he's
Okay,
just
I
trying
am-
to say you can control you telling the truth. How are you going to get other people to tell the truth? That's
And
all
how
he's
is
saying.
that,
Don't
how
take
is that
offense.
tangibly going to change anything about the power structure? People know the truth. That doesn't fucking matter. We have a
Oh,
boot on our
that's
neck.
nice.
Like it doesn't like. You're talking about ending.
They've
a
all
war.
heard it,
Hold
Jack.
on.
That's not bad.
Hold on. We're talking about
Well,
ending.
they've all heard, right.
The
They've all
truth.
heard their ideas. No one's.
Let me frame a question to you.
Mhm.
You're talking about ending war. You're speaking
Yeah.
completely theoretically. You're speaking about like high philosophy and theory. Okay, let's bring it down to the ground level. It's June 10th. Our country's at war. How do you stop this with your ideas and the truth?
And how long will it take?
That's what I want to know. I don't want to hear about spreading messages and gospel and the truth. How do we change this now? How do we make sure that my son
We
doesn't
infiltrate.
Iran?
We infiltrate Iran with McDonald's franchises to disable the people through a sedated state. Of
That's a
apathy.
start, except it
we,
takes
we
a
tried
little
that.
while.
We tried that in the 70s. It didn't work. But Jack, I'm interested. Like, what's your plan today? We don't have to talk about in theory. We don't have to talk about the soul of man. We don't have to talk about none of that. There's a war going on right now. What's your plan to stop it with the truth? Go.
All right. Oh, you finally shut up to give space for an answer to be offered. Thank you. But number one, I'm not claiming it's going to be me. But what I am suggesting is that when we, as people, when we work together to ensure that there's not liars and there's not corruption, we can do something about it. Now, I talk about this often, religiously, as a matter of fact, some might say. God is a big part of this equation, right? And I know God as the truth. With God's grace, we can use the truth to our advantage. Manipulators do. Why aren't the people who give a shit? Why aren't we willing to stand on the truth, to call out the liars, to call out the corruption? How's it going to happen? June 10th, 2026, as wars are escalating and humans are
Yes.
dying unnecessarily? Join me. Don't put the burden on me.
Okay, I'm joining you. What are we doing?
Let's first believe that the truth is important.
Let's assume we do. What do we do now? I'm with you too. What do we
And
do?
so this is what I'm talking about. I love that you have a positive message, Jack, but you do not have a tangible solution. The only tangible solution for
What would cause it to be? Hold on. Before I sit and entertain more criticism, I should have asked an important question. If I'm going to sit here and talk and bitch, or are we going
As please, hold on. I'm trying to change the energy a bit. Yes, Jack. We are willing to sit here and listen. And in the past, when given an opportunity, you have not given the answers. I'm afraid that you are not going to give us answers while we listen.
Give you examples of people speaking truth to power.
Please pause. I object to the way you represented me. I am confident I have given answers. Just because you did not accept or consider my answers.
I say just now when I gave you the floor, you didn't give answers. You talked about other things. I'm not talking about in the past. Jack.
You told me that we're going to spread the truth and we're going to get other people in on the truth. And that if we can get more people in on the truth to spread the truth, to get the liars out, then we can move forward. So let me give you two examples. Actually, in homeschooling today, we were just talking about this. We were talking about Altamont, 1969, okay? We were talking about the protests against the Vietnam War. Everybody knew the truth. Nobody wanted to send their kids to Vietnam. They protested it for a decade. The government said, fuck off. Happened to my generation too. We went to war in Iraq and Afghanistan. We protested for 15 years. The government said, you know what, buddy? You guys are speaking the truth, but guess what? We have trillions of dollars to make for our buddies. Okay, so you can talk all day about spreading.
When you say we, what do you mean?
You're in a different country. You didn't even have to.
Is that you? Is that you?
No, let me explain further because I forgot.
Because you said
I was speaking. Okay,
listen, dude. I'm reacting to what you said. So you said that you are coming up with the solutions, and we have all these trillions of dollars. So what side are you on?
Say we have to pay the trillions of dollars.
No, that's not what you said.
No, be quiet and I'll explain. I was speaking.
You don't want to address what you actually said.
Okay.
I'll shut up. I'll shut up.
You don't have to announce 5 times.
I will just point out what you said. Of course, you need to speak over me.
Is English your second language?
Come again, dude. Come again.
I was speaking from the
weak sauce.
I was speaking from the perspective of the people who started the war. You sound like you have an accent, so perhaps that didn't translate because.
So that's a very weak argument. You're not addressing the point. You're not addressing the point that I brought on for a reason.
What point are you talking about? You
said that you. And you're talking about Jack and his like.
Voy.
No, come on, man. Come on. Let me bring this.
You're misunderstanding my English. You're misunderstanding me. I didn't say anything wrong.
No.
Am I not heard? Is my mic off?
That's all Voy, man.
I mean, what in the hell? I kind of get what Voy was questioning. And Vital Vicar, it sounds like you were trying to speak from the position of those who are behind.
Let me go back and say what I was saying.
Wait. I'm hearing you give all these reasons and obstacles and all these reasons it won't work, all the memories of your efforts. Okay, are you defending the establishment? And do you think it's hopeless?
It's a massive leap for deflection, bro.
Yeah,
well, what are we doing?
We're deflecting. You were supposed to be giving solutions, and you was allowed a Voy to take us some crazy place.
Yeah, he completely sidetracked me. He completely misunderstood something that I said because he doesn't speak English.
I got to now correct Joe because I wasn't the deflection. Voy interrupted Vital Vicar. I didn't get a chance to speak while Vital Vicar was speaking, Joe. So back off me, okay?
Oh, I'll answer. As soon as Voy was finished, you jumped in and said, yeah, Voy is right, and aided in the deflection, which is why I'm accusing you. Again, you have the floor, and I say you
And
won't
what
give
this tells
answers.
me,
All right.
hold on a second. What this tells me
Thank
is
you,
that
Joe.
I have to speak in a very simple voice when I'm on here. All I did was take on like a character of a subject I was speaking about. I said, we protested, and then the government said to us,
Sure.
shut up. We have trillions of dollars to make.
Right.
Like, did you guys not hear my
I
words?
know.
I was saying that the
Oh,
government.
what a weak defense. What a weak second
Boy,
chance.
That's
Boy,
exactly what he
That's
said.
the
opinion
English
isn't
language, you
helpful.
fucking retard. So here's the
Boy.
thing. Voy is not actually smart or capable enough in the English
No
language to
reason
participate
for
in this.
insults. Can
He's
we just
insulting me.
focus on the topic, please.
I can't speak about the topic to somebody who doesn't understand my language.
Ignore him and try to
Yeah,
get
you
through
better
it.
Kick
ignore
him
him
off
at
your
this
fucking
time.
panel. Like, actually,
Kenny, welcome to you. You've been here a little bit. I don't think you've even had a chance to say hi.
What's up, man?
Hello.
funny, I came up here thinking it was a DNW stream, and it was one of these fucking things again.
All right. You know what? My apologies. Yes, you are on the Jack Talcott live stream. I am the host. My message and brand is live without fear. It does have a spiritual message to it, but the spirit of truth is the focus, the spirit of truth, the spirit of love. That is what is lost in our governments and economics.
Okay, so
I strongly disagree.
the
I
point that I
strongly
was trying to
disagree.
make. Let me finish my point, and then I'll
I
just
think
step
Donald
off
Trump
because
is currently making the world a better place and a safer place for all of us.
Kenny,
never
you
get
need
back,
Kenny,
man.
Kenny, you need to stop with
You're
that
wrong,
shit right
but
now. Okay,
please.
like what are you even
We'll
talking
come back. We'll
I'm
come back
actually
to that, Kenny. Kenny, we'll
And
come
I
back to that.
Okay.
Please let
I
Vicar.
voted for Donald Trump 3 times, and I'm gonna tell you, I regret the second 2 big time because this guy is.
You say 3 times.
All right. The first time I don't regret it. The other 2 times maybe. But you know, I understand speaking truth to power. I understand having the truth and having God on your side. But Jesus also said, carry a sword. Okay. And I won't say anything else because we're on a public live stream. But the only way, tangibly, historically speaking, that you can reset systems like this is to do something horrible, something that I don't suggest,
No.
something that I
Listen
don't want
to
to take part
yourself.
in. But there is no way to
That
go
is-
up against a
Do you want
power
to translate
structure.
this into Dutch so I can
Didn't
understand?
Jesus also say to turn the other cheek? Like,
Jesus
isn't that
said, "Do
also
not
a
cast your
relevant
pearls."
verse?
Jesus walked into the temple and turned the tables over and whipped them and drove them out. Okay, you cannot have a peaceful revolution against the biggest power structure that's ever existed in the history of mankind. And the downside of that, the downturn of that, is that if you were to do something incredible
Please
and violent
pause.
and destructive to overthrow the system, then it
Please
would be.
pause.
No, I'm not finished talking. Then it would be.
It's the host,
Yes, you
man.
are.
When the host talks,
Yeah.
I don't know
Then
if you
it
know
would
the
be
host's
on you and
voice
your.
yet or not.
Yeah. So what we've been doing here and what I've been allowing him to continue, he's spreading his limited beliefs. He's convinced himself there's no way, there's only this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, brothers and sisters, if there's problems here on earth, it's going to be fixed through the people. And if we're not willing to own the problems that we've discovered and learned of in life, what are we going to do? Just let other people deal with them? Bullshit. Not if we can play a part. And I'm not convinced that we cannot play a part because I don't feel like I've been given a good chance yet. You know, and until I get a good chance, I'm not going to believe I can't do this.
Did you vote in the last US presidential election, Jack?
Pardon?
Did you
Did you
vote?
vote in the last US presidential election, can I ask?
Yeah, I contributed to the data, but I chose, I don't know, it was either Green Party or Socialist. It wasn't one of the chosen parties.
Let me try and pick up where Vic left off. he is saying that all throughout history, man has been trying to do this, overthrow the government and all of these things, every form and fashion, every way possible. They've been unable to do it. And he's asking, well, actually, he didn't even get there. He just so, like Jack is saying, bent in, it can't be done. He didn't really get past that part. But if it is going to be done, and Jack, you've thought about it, you have the weight. It's a little insincere to just say truth. If I ask you, how do we do it? You say truth. Take responsibility for yourself. That doesn't really help people. That's right.
No, what is it you want to do exactly?
I was talking to Jack.
What is it you want? All right, okay.
Well, what I'm suggesting is available. Number one, I believe it's important. It's worthy enough of every bit of effort I can imagine, and I think others are in agreement. It's time to end the corruption. We've got to stop allowing these organizations to protect criminals, right? The entire government system, it is a criminal enterprise to protect the owning class, which really is the bankers, right? The banks own the governments, own the corporations, and you and I were just cogs in a wheel. According to those who have the wealth and the wealth to have true freedom, right? They don't have to obey the same laws as us. They hire people to get them out of trouble, to create a new PR campaign. Our society has created a world.
You're not going to tell us how to bring them down, are you, man?
Okay. Reforms. If the way I see it, what creates the world divisions, budgets, it's the banking industry. What protects the banking?
How do I bring the banking down? Okay, go ahead.
The governments protect the banking
industry. How do I bring down the government then?
The people in the government.
How do I bring that guy down?
Well, this is where I believe the way of Jesus is the answer.
Amen. Jack, I'm getting buggered by 1D Prophet, aka Vital Vicar. Is he still backstage? He's sending me like messages on my live chat. Okay. Yeah, I mean, D Prophet, you don't have to worry. Jack is a kind, considerate man. You will have your time at the pulpit.
Yep.
Tell you what, Vital Vicar is welcome, okay? But if we're not going to consider even the possibilities of doing something, then we're doing what AJ said. We're just spending our time online, flapping our gums, wasting our day.
What do we do? I think
which is why we shouldn't talk about politics. I mean, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm simply speaking from a historical perspective. I just went through an entire semester of teaching my young kid about the rise and fall of empires. It always happens the exact same way. It never happens through reform or the truth. And I'm just saying that while it's been 10,000 years. What are you talking about?
Okay, so what do you want to teach us? What children, right? So it's not to truth, right?
Spreading the truth
is violence, right?
Spreading the truth is an individual thing. Spirituality is an individual thing. Nations will never succumb to the truth because nations are out for themselves. Nations
are people.
Is this
the nations are people?
Nations are people that are controlled by a very small group of people who tend to be very corrupt.
No, you didn't tell your children that. No.
Please allow me to offer.
What did I teach my children? That Rome didn't fall? That the crown wasn't snatched off the head of the teenage emperor by Odoacer?
Reflecting again.
Holy cows.
Name me one time in history when...
Hey, Vital Vicar, I don't know if you're looking at the screen or not. I do this to try and politely interject myself, okay? I'm
just asking for an example. I'm asking for examples.
I know, and I'm asking you to just please chill out. Try to receive what I'm saying, okay? God, now I lost where I wanted to take us.
You cannot steer the nations with this.
Please stop with your limited thinking, I will not believe like you. I will not give up. I will not believe in a victim. Now, you said something based on, and I want you to recognize it's up to you, but you should probably qualify your education. You're running off only what you have learned. Okay? My life, I've learned different things. I've experienced different things. I have these goals in my heart and in my head for the past 8 years. I can't escape this shit. I'm not stupid.
I appreciate I'm not calling you stupid. I just don't see any evidence that like the
I asked you, hey, Vine, or whatever your fucking name is today. So you taught your children, right? What did you teach your children?
Today we're specifically learning about Byzantium and how it was the Eastern Roman Empire. We learned about how it grew out of the. Well, no, you're asking me what I taught my children.
I'm not really interested.
Well, hold on. If my 6-year-old can sit and listen to this for an hour, then you surely can.
It wasn't rhetorical.
Well, why did you ask, Foy?
Yeah,
it
like
wasn't rhetorical, like I said.
Okay,
no,
well,
he's just being a dickhead and trying to control the conversation.
I would like to get back into this again. Okay, please.
Yeah.
The boy probably has like a 3rd grade education, dude.
Why are you interrupting me again?
What, are you gonna put me backstage, big boy?
I'm asking you to please recognize that it's not really what I'm looking for, and you're welcome to stay if you're willing to play along with me. I am the host. Okay?
Well, you let this dickhead like march over me with his stupid crap. I actually try to
once
explain
again,
myself.
you clearly don't have any interest in what I'm saying. We've sat here listening to your bullshit, your limiting beliefs. Okay, now, if you would listen to me, what I've got to say might be helpful for you. I'm confident.
Hit me with it, dude. I've been sitting here for 40 minutes. Hit me with it.
If you look at the greater world, we're at a time unlike others in the past with the development of communication through the social media and electronics. It's not all brainwashing. There's actually a lot of helpful, valuable knowledge that can be found. We're living at a time where the answers are here. The evidence of corruption, the billionaire Epstein class, the corruption, this Donald Trump right now with his business antics and his family's dealings, we are overwhelmed with evidence.
You know, it sounds to me that there has to be a fundamental flaw because you're Christian. You are a Christian, right?
I follow Jesus.
But you
my
seem
faith is in God.
I like that. So you seem to understand that we live in a fallen state here.
Thank you. Donald Trump is evident. Mankind is being misled.
So
Let's let the conscious.
You are not here. I think the fundamental disagreement that we have here is that I believe that you are not here for the salvation of mankind. You are here for the salvation. You are here for the salvation of yourself. It is the rest of it is on the rest of mankind for their own salvation. You can only do so much for people. Okay, you can only lead them to the well they have to drink,
right,
so to speak.
Right.
So,
and we're here at this well, and I'm offering.
But I believe that you shouldn't get so caught up in trying to like change the world with your truth.
Why are you
ending war?
No,
like you're never going to end war. That's part of the human condition.
No, Vital Vicar, with your mind, with your mindset, you will never end war. You'll never be on part of those who will. But you have the opportunity to change your mind and see what we can do today. Hank, welcome to you.
Thank you for having me.
Jack, I heard you criticise Donald Trump there. What's he done wrong, in your opinion? And why hasn't he been prosecuted if he has?
Kenny, thank you. Bob Smith, I muted you. You're welcome, but we were getting some feedback from your sound. Kenny, what I have critical with Donald Trump, I feel that he does represent the mindset of America in many ways. He's on a mission to make America great, but his version of what great is clearly authority and wealth. right? He surrounds himself and he's working for greater authority, greater wealth. Well, to me, that's not what makes America. What makes America is the heart, the people who care, the people who get to take care of their neighbors, the people who serve the needy, right? But we've become a for-profit, open cell, open air prison here in America. We're not free.
That still doesn't really answer my question in terms of what is it that Donald Trump has done that is wrong that you think he should be prosecuted for? I need like an example.
All right.
Which law has he broken?
My understanding is the evidence and claims have been reviewed, and he has been found guilty of a number of different things. My biggest criticism, though, from what I've witnessed, is his dishonesty. I mean, the most obvious, when he was campaigning, what were his biggest platforms, right? Revealing and exposing the Epstein files, no more wars. And what the hell's happened? He is the roadblock into revealing the true conspirators of this human trafficking ring.
Jack just has garden variety TDS.
He's released 3 million Epstein files.
That's not
Some
all
of them are
it.
heavily redacted, but that could be for legal reasons. So
Right,
if the DOJ plans on bringing court cases, that it's a hell of a lot of evidence they have to review. They might not be allowed to make some details public until after the court cases, you know?
But there's been 0 arrests. According to the, what was her name? The IG lady or AG, they hadn't even reached out to the victims for, you know, I could be mistaken. I may have misunderstood that, but here's the reality. What you said, the redaction, this legalism, who determines what is secret?
It's more to do with the fact that certain information released before a court case could jeopardize the path of justice.
It's evidence.
That's why they do these things, you know. There's certain details that they have to keep from the public,
Kenny,
so that justice can take its rightful course.
I can hit you a simple one. Trump campaign on Hillary for prison. Is Hillary in prison yet?
There's another one.
He said he could have sent her to prison, but he didn't. He didn't think it would be a good thing for America.
No, she is not in prison yet. Trump lied.
My personal opinion of Donald Trump is that he has somehow manipulated and fallen his way into some incredible opportunities, things I've never been able to accomplish. But I know that there's many, yeah, and there's many good men and women I know personally who I truly admire their character, their discernment. I don't view them to be fools, but he captured their hearts. Not to be all caught up in opposition, but because I know there's good qualities in him. But the thing is, I actually have faith that Donald Trump is crazy enough he could understand someone like me. And I don't think Donald Trump realizes how he's being used. If he does know how he's being used in the deep state, then that needs to end.
Thing before I go, I will just add the issue of the war in Iran is a just war because Iran were pursuing a nuclear weapon. They wanted to obliterate Israel. They've been funding Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, their proxies in the region. Since 1979, they've killed thousands of American U.S. servicemen and women.
Just one thing before you leave. You got us so excited, you know, by saying that you would leave, but that was not one thing. There was like a whole lot of stuff there. Okay, but I thought you got beyond the
talking about the issue of the war in Iran. That's one subject.
Yeah, well, dude, just
and
leave.
it has arms and legs and links. Okay,
you promised us that you would leave, so
here
who's saying that?
Here, please, with
Can you identify yourself? Who's saying I'm
That was-
promising that I would leave?
that was Voice speaking.
Voy, I'm not going to leave for you, mate. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you to dictate to me that I'll leave?
No, I thought that's what you said, but that's okay. Hey, regarding Iran, from my
Iran is
understanding,
a just war. It's a just war.
well, no, Kenny, I don't believe any war is really justified until there's true efforts to have peace. And with my understanding of Iran is that
Tried to have peace with Iran for decades, and they've never
no.
stuck to their side of the deal.
That's the media.
Barack Obama tried giving them billions
I
of
know.
dollars.
I know.
All they've done is went behind his back and
know.
continued to enrich uranium.
I know, but
Obama
were
got
they-
paid for a sucker.
I want to ask you a question. My understanding, were they not in negotiations at the time that United States and Israel attacked them? I mean, I understood there was active negotiations. Iran was actually even making concessions towards keeping peace. So how is this justified when we're at the table and instead of following through there, Donald Trump gets convinced by his buddy Israel, go bomb some innocent school children? I don't agree with that, Kenny. I really don't.
See, I'm not talking about bombing innocent school children as if that's like some intentional, deliberate act. I'm talking about the issue of going to war with Iran to try and weaken Iran's military, which the US and Israel have successfully done.
It's a good thing that I cannot barf on camera because otherwise, I would have.
Here, real briefly, we got another guest in the back.
It's a good thing that you could not. What, sorry?
Mary,
if you wanted to, you could do it, boy.
Thank you for the contribution. 0 arrests. Maybe that is a misstatement. Epstein, Maxwell, Brunel, all arrested and charged for child trafficking. Considering the millions of pages of documents that have been gathered in the investigation, I suggest that those are not enough. Thank you for the contribution, though, for sure. And we've got a Robert Smith of The Cure. Oh, it's JG. Welcome
So
back.
I'm gonna cut in line, JG. I want to know, Jack, what's your mechanism for stopping the banksters? Stopping the bankster war over credit and stuff.
Members of Congress and the White House were actually representing the freedom of the people. We would take back control over the money issuance. And
Get bought off.
well, and that's why I think it's time for a wake-up call. If we can get a voice from the people, right? We learn from the past, we move non-violently, using the systems that we can even schedule a conversation, right? But I believe if we can get enough people behind enough people to support this idea, doesn't have to be me, but I'll certainly support anyone and everyone willing to carry this message into Congress. And I'll go myself if I can.
They're not willing to do this non-violently. They won't even let you in the door.
Not
You
yet.
said yourself.
They just don't know me yet, dude.
What have the bankers done wrong?
What's
what
that?
law have the bankers broken?
Scamming. They've been scamming people for
Well,
centuries.
this is
Oh, tell me.
the
In
massive
what way have they done it?
Interest.
usury and manufacturing. Well,
No,
also,
they're legally allowed to charge interest. That's not against the law.
okay,
But
great,
the law isn't moral.
right.
Oh,
That's what
all
I'm-
right, okay. If this is just a nihilistic conversation, I'm out.
Nope,
Good
See
day.
ya. Bye, Kenny. Bye, Kenny.
not at all. Not at all. I am suggesting that we address these corrupted laws. We allow the truth to reign supreme rather than wealth and authority. And if we work together, we can help each other overcome disagreements.
Did Joe leave?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh, crap.
What now? Oh, we're so lost.
GG. such a, you know, this life.
Oh, it can be. It can be. No.
Here, bring back, welcome back, Vicar.
Thank you.
I'm sorry we haven't found ways to better communicate or understand each other yet. I do appreciate you being here, and I can respect opposing views too.
I don't want to turn into a troll here, Jack. I just want to discuss. I don't want to be one of these trolls.
I appreciate that.
I will once again say that there does seem to be, and I agree with your sentiment, but there continues to be a lack of tangibles. There's a lot of ifs. And as my mama used to say, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, then every day would be Christmas.
All right, great. So you found reasons to criticize. Are you willing to work with me so we can overcome what you find as problems?
But you always say that, like, you found reasons to criticize. It's like, yeah, because you haven't presented a plan. You've presented
You keep
a lot of
saying
plans.
that. What more would you like? What is the detail that would help you to understand that Jack has given me a plan?
Dude, when we talk about getting rid of the military and government industrial complex, your solution is literally like vote in honest people.
No, that's not. You're
That's
you're
what you
delusional.
just said. You said,
No,
you said
dummy.
the
No,
government
no,
is the.
No, you've repeated that multiple times today. I am not saying go vote for anyone. I'm saying that we as people invite ourselves to the table and we do what is right in this world. Simple as that.
Can I say something real quick here, though, Jack? Because you said there's no tangibles, but yet you've worked for Veterans for Peace for how many years? You worked for the Postal Service for how many years? You not only did that, but you also moved close to where you can be active face to face with the president. So you made that tangible step. Not only that, but you were involved in a local organization on the footsteps of the White House and were tackled. You were also on the Don Lemon show. So don't let him dismiss the shit that is not tangible. That was bullshit.
Well, I've truly, actually, let me bring us back to a thought I shared earlier. If folks are willing, this is God's story. All of time belongs to a power and an intelligence that's far greater than me. All time is God's time, but today has been given to you, to me. And so if I'm going to be here on earth within all of God's time, well, what do I want to do? I want to give my time to God. I know God as life, love. God is the greater life. God is the greater love. God is the greater truth. And as long as we stay on a path towards those, well, then life reveals itself pretty smoothly.
Jack, are you trying to tell us that the wars will end when God feels like it?
God has given us the power. So it's more like wars will end when we feel like it. When we feel it's worthy to end wars, we'll get together, we'll find a way to end wars. I believe the people who could help us best to end wars are actually already educated and trained and employed in Washington, D.C. Let's stop seeing us and them. Let's see them as us, as people, as Americans.
Jack.
Do they see us as people?
That's what I was talking about earlier with the trickle charge. It's got to come in. It starts internally with the people. We're the ones that have the power of government. We're the ones that gave them that power. We have to understand we have to instill that same power in the ones that are in office and that will accept it. Those that won't, we have the power to remove them. That's our job, period.
Go ahead, Scott. Welcome to you, brother. How are you?
Hey, not doing too bad, but I'm just, I keep coming back in my mind to this military-industrial complex. They've taken the country and they've legitimately turned it into a machine, a war machine. And your idea is great and necessary and needed, but I just don't know how. If you don't shake it up from within, which is your idea, I guess, too, trying to vote people in, they just said, but
no, I did not say vote. That's not me.
Well, are you going to appoint people? I mean, what is the
Scott, I'm not thinking in the future. I'm thinking there's an immediate problem. Let's use immediacy. Let's deal with what we've got, right? Speak to these people as people and help them realize that what they're doing is not good enough. Okay, continuing to protect the bankers, continuing to protect the predators, which is the banking system, the corporate system, the stock system. Guys, it was pointed out earlier that the world has fallen. The world has been misled. Deceivers are running this entire corporate and government system, and they only have the power, like El Perro keeps saying. This government only has the power that the people allow, but we got to break through the chains of obedience, right? There's a lot of enforcement and loyal employees that want to protect these systems. That's how they've earned their livings.
I think Hank wants to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry,
So Louis Rossmann is going to sue Samsung in 59 days because they ripped him off on a hard drive RMA. Is that the moving things in the right direction?
Okay, before you answer that question, I think this was a great stream, and the drag team has been present, and some of its minions, and now that the rest of the drag team just came in, I
want to make a quick urgent appeal for.
Bye now.
I want to make a quick urgent appeal, Jack.
We had a good time.
Jack, this is on your head. This is on your head. We had a mentally ill man saying that his doctors had told him not to come on the show. He literally told us that. And he's here now. He's here now. If he is mentally ill and if he has been told he can't come on the show, we have to take that seriously.
Well, they're adults. Okay, Andy, thank you for the contribution. Voting is the carrot dangling in front of our treadmill, distracting us from what really needs to be done. Thank you. Additionally, there's that old quote, what's the greatest way to keep a man imprisoned? Give him a vote and tell him he's free.
And George Carlin said that if voting mattered, they wouldn't let you do it.
Right. Hey, Jesus Pantheon and Alyssa, thank you. Great to see you. I do want to welcome Jesse back. It's been a while. How have you been?
Hey, Jack. I've been okay. Well, it's crazy world, crazy life, just trying to figure things out like the rest of us.
Amen. I'm trusting it's all coming together. And I really do. I've got a lot of faith and hope that it's greater things in our future. Alyssa, Jesus Pantheon, welcome to you.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Jack.
So there's some truth to what DNW says. I'm not allowed on for extended periods of time, nor am I not allowed on without my carrier, which is Alyssa. So we've got permission today.
Hey, Gracie, we can't hear you, mate. I think the matter deserves you talking into your microphone.
How is it now? Is this a little better?
It's
little
better.
Actually. Show some respect for Jack Alcott.
It's not very good.
I don't know. Can you hear
Why don't you talk into the microphone that your wife beside you on the sofa has and see if that's any better? Crying out loud. You talk about saving the world and you can't even figure that much out. Fuck's sake, get with the program.
Let's get back to Jack.
Hey guys, how you doing? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, much better.
Excellent. So I'm calling through Alyssa's. The doctors have limited my time on panelist shows because they say it's not great for me. I'm only allowed on at the moment until I've done some exercises and stuff with Alyssa and for a short period of time.
What kind of exercises?
meditation, stillness, just returning, getting away from all the chaos a minute.
That's why I don't go to the doctor. They give me bad advice like that.
Well, their advice is obviously not. They say find all ways now to withdraw from the craziness and the chaoticness that you've created over the last few weeks before it goes into like an unstoppable whirlwind, until you burn yourself out. If you want to progress with these individuals and everything, you need to remove yourself and you need to put greater barriers in, like limited more time, not every single night. Have your wife on there for the period until she can trust that you're going to be more adult and responsible on there, and think of your health as well as others. So does that make sense to everybody?
Sure. So
As long as you recognize he was talking about it's your responsibility, not ours.
So, can I ask what the catalyst was that you even brought it up to your doctors?
I don't know if you heard.
So let's get back to Jack.
Hello, guys. What did you say? Sorry, you broke up there. I can hear you all now.
Yeah. What was the catalyst that you brought up the internet people to your doctors?
Could you put a bit more depth into that question? I didn't fully understand it.
Yeah. Your doctors told you not to come on these.
Hold on a second. I want to know what these doctors said about the Finding Gnosis show. I mean, do I have a case that perhaps they defamed or slandered me?
Why would I mention the Finding Gnosis show? What makes you think I did that?
Okay, that's good.
Why did you find out about this?
Everywhere you go in the world, you're supposed to be a missionary for the Finding Gnosis show.
Absolutely, you are an acolyte for Finding Gnosis. Oh, you know.
I failed the show.
He's found it. But anyway, the point is, what did you? This is what I want to get to, Jack. Jack, if you don't mind, how did Gracie describe? He didn't describe us by name. But how did he describe the panels to these mental health professionals?
He didn't. He's an imaginary character. I did.
Okay, how did Carl describe them then?
I've loved them. Just thought they were great, but they were breeding ground for me making mistakes, so I could learn from them. And I told them the things I was learning, but some of the things I was saying they disagreed with.
Like what? You know, actually, look. Hold on a second. You are mentally ill.
I'm not allowed to go into it. I'm supposed to refrain from it.
You don't have to say anything.
Right.
I'm aware, and you shouldn't ask.
I know, that's right. I'm going to go back and say sorry. I apologize.
I mean, you wouldn't want to strike on YouTube for asking, would you, DNW?
Yes, I want to get back to Jack.
I'm not sure why I would.
Exactly, Hank. There's other shows that
it's improper to ask those questions. Somebody who's just explained they've had the doctor said not to, so that's why you'd get strike. But I don't know.
I see. Okay, well, look, you're here now.
Well,
I don't want you to be here.
I'm playing with DNW. You know, I'm just joking. I'm putting it on Melissa. The old Gracie hasn't gone anywhere. I just need to be a bit more mindful. I'm going to put Alyssa on, guys. Okay.
Okay, we'll bring your wife on. Alyssa.
You're not making any sense at all.
Alyssa, you're being accused of not being a good carer in the live chat. Someone says, you should listen to the doctors. Why on earth are you bringing your husband back?
I have. I've had very deep conversations with his mental care team, and they do not appreciate being called an enabler. I am his wife and carer, and I appreciate it remaining that way, please, if you don't mind.
So I'm going to get back to Jack. Jack, Lewis Rossman suing Samsung for corruption. Right track or wrong track?
I don't know what you said. Who's suing what?
Lewis Rossman suing Samsung for not filling his RMA request. Is that the right track or wrong track? Is that ending corruption, yes or no?
I have no clue.
He doesn't know anything about the
I have no details, information. I'm not sure how it's. I mean,
how about this? Luigi Mangione, ending corruption or not ending corruption?
How about his choices, while tragic, highlighted, brought to the attention of the world of today, more evidence of today's problems in our society. And as a man of faith, my view is now it is through God I walk. It is with God I walk. It is for God I walk. And so if I see, well, then what I see is evidence of the world, evidence that's for me. I see corruption in this world. and I want to do something about it.
You like that
I
salad?
believe we can.
Yes, so I'm trying to figure out what thing we can do about it other than ask to come to the table and get rejected over and over again.
Why do you want to be? Whoa, whoa,
Hold
whoa,
on.
whoa, whoa!
Well, let me pose a point. Let me just make one quick point, and then I will go. I'll leave you, and I won't bother you anymore today, Jack. So we just brought up two different examples of fighting corruption. One of them was peaceful. One of them was not peaceful. Which one did you hear of? Which one made more of a splash? Which one pushed the needle further? Out of the two cases that we just heard about, which one actually had an effect?
Again, you're asking me to compare something I know nothing about. I don't know if it was recent. I don't know if it's new. And just because I didn't see something doesn't mean it's not relevant.
Well, no. This is relevant here because everyone around the world knows Luigi Mangioni's name, but
media promoted it.
But nobody knows about the case that was just brought up by Hank. And why did the media promote it? Because it was
new.
huge. It
It's
was
a new
a huge
case.
event.
It's a new case.
All right.
He just did his first video about it yesterday. So
Bring
I
up
hear
any
about this.
other.
I
Bring
really,
up
Jack,
any
I'd
other
really like to hear about
anti-corruption
this.
case
I
in the
know
last
nothing.
20 years.
D Prophet, can you tell us, please, about the case?
No, because I'm not the one who brought it up. I was just using the case as an example of which thing
You're
made a bigger
supporting
splash.
your views that violence is the answer. You think violence is the only way.
I'm not
So-
saying it's the only way. I'm saying that it's the most effective way. It's the supreme authority from which
No,
all
it's
other
the
authority
foolish
derives.
way. It's the way of fools. Violence is the way of fools.
No, the
Those
way
who
of
lack the ability-
the way of fools is putting me backstage when the smoke gets too hot for you. That's the way of fools.
Can I point something out, Jack?
Hold on. His foolish narratives are what gets him put in the back, and the behavior, your foolishness. See, when you own your part in your experience, you can easily understand the choices I'm making. Go ahead, El Perro.
And when you accept that you are part of that mechanism, the more you realize you're the one doing it. You got to stop blaming other authorities and other powers. It's your power. You're the one that voted. You're the one that enhances this system by partaking in it.
Stop. Who are you talking to?
Vicar.
Okay. Do you know that he participates? I don't remember hearing him say that.
I'm not participating anymore. I've lost faith in the system.
Yeah. He's teaching his children, I heard. I don't know if that's a homeschooling thing or just furthering their knowledge. Good for
I
you.
forgot. El Pero's a sovereign citizen who thinks he can fucking survive without, the state looming over his every affair.
Yeah,
El
I
Pero,
just don't.
get with
I
the
don't feel like
program.
there's a
Never
lot
said
of.
that.
I don't feel like there's a lot of
Never
serious
said that.
thinkers on the panel today.
So,
But anyway, I gotta go. Love you guys. Bye.
Nice job, man.
Hey, Vic, how you doing, man?
so Jack Talcott is suing. Is the courtroom a path to peace?
What is your question?
Is the courtroom a pathway to peace in general?
It can be, Hank. It's one method to bring awareness to corruption and things that are going on. Is it the path to peace? There's lots of different ways, but one thing I commend Jack about is he keeps wanting to rally the troops, make aware of what's going on, get people to rally, because once there's enough for critical mass, then things begin to change. And to do it violently, like the other guy said, that's what they want. They're looking for any reason for them to come in, come in with the war machine and, put in martial law. That's what they want. So with what Jack is saying, he wants people to, see what's going on, stop the Stockholm Syndrome, protecting their masters. And he keeps doing that, just keeps rallying the troops. So commend to you, Jack, for keeping on the mission.
Can I ask Jack and Vic a question? It's just
Vicar left, but please go ahead.
do you guys think it's possible that the actual route might actually be somewhere in between both your stances rather than onto your stances? I'm not saying it is. I'm just trying to make a neutral ground here to see if there's a possibility that you're both correct and incorrect, that people have to meet in the middle. I'm just asking.
I don't know why. I mean, sure, anything is possible. And I don't really care what, well, I do care because I am definitely I'm pro-life. I am against violence. I'm against oppression. I'm against exploitation. I'm against manipulation. I am for freedom. I'm for integrity, accountability, responsibility, right? I think most of us should be. And so am I wrong by a small degree? Possibly, but I don't know why you're asking that question, to be honest.
I'm curious.
You're not wrong, Jack. This is your mission. This is what you feel you need to do, and you're right in that. Everybody plays their own part, and everybody has their own mission. And some people are going to want to maybe do it more violently. Some people want to do it more peacefully. And I guess time will tell to see how the tide turns and what makes that tide turning. But you stay on your peaceful mission and just keep doing what you're doing, because I see you making headway.
Well, I get that. And before we jump off and say lovely to see you all, thanks for having this. I'm just saying that I only understand unity when we come together and not any other way. But I'm not saying that's not what you guys are doing. That's just my mind, and I'm trying to learn from you guys. So I'm still learning, but I'll get it, I'm sure.
Well,
Jack,
I know you say you understand unity, or you think in unity, and yet.
Oh, I was saying that's the only way I understand it. Not I understand it. That's the only way I do understand it. I might not understand it.
Well, I know that's what you say, but your behavior shows otherwise, and that's where I don't know the right words to offer.
That's an interesting observation, Jack. Jack,
That's why
I
I
was
was just
crazy
asking the question.
earlier. He's on about making lectures. He's putting down words on a page, and I was wondering, Jack, if you could maybe point us to the Jack Talcott manifesto. And I really want to see some of your work down on a page. I think that would be a positive step forward. Because look, Jack, I think this is going to put meat on the bones. It's going to deal with naysayers like D Prophet who say you've got nothing tangible to offer. I think there needs to be a Jack Talcott manifesto. I think it can be done.
And that's it's a great idea, but that's not what Jack. It's not what Jack is doing. So are you willing to sacrifice your time to help put it down on paper?
Yes.
Jack will spend some time with you. You can put it down and get it down and make a manifesto. Jack's looking for people to help him in the mission.
I might be
Jesse,
happy
yes, I
to
am.
go with him.
I'm actually doing it, Jesse.
I might be.
Can we call it a
It's just
memoir?
DMW wasn't ready yet, sorry.
I made an offer a long time ago about it, but he said I couldn't understand him. So until someone can understand him, there's no point writing it down.
I actually wanted to point out that just what you're suggesting, Jesus Pantheon, Carl Crazy Guru has been helping me with. So, yeah,
Okay,
I
wrote the
agree.
origin track. I went right back to your very first video and started watching them, and I think I've got a really good piece for you tomorrow to look at. And if this piece you like, I think I'll be able to do exactly what they say to you. But obviously, this has to be Jack's. So when I send it to you, did you get that?
Okay. I can't hear you again. I'm sorry.
My
I don't know
my
what you're saying.
apologies. My apologies. I'll go to my wife's phone and speak to you when there's a moment. Okay.
Emily, welcome to you. How are
Hi.
you today?
I'm good. How about yourself? I've been watching off and on, but I got in this room to do the little thing with DNW later if he's still on about the case. But I just wanted to chime in and say that with law, I'll hear you say people think you're like anti-law, and in a way, but ending legal secrets, that concept. When we were in a deposition the other day, I was thinking about that because so much of this is so unnecessary. They cause people to suffer so long and so hard to get justice. And when you're really involved in it, when you're drowning in paper and you're thinking, how do I do this? And you have to strategize like you're in a war, when the answer to the problem is really simple. And it's a game, and it's an elaborate game, and people feel real pumped up when they win it. But do they really win when you think of the money, for instance, that someone's going to do all of this, and then what they get in the end, and how many people are going to make money off of it, and that's the only reason they might care to help, and all these other things playing into it. It's evil, really. So yeah, we need people to administer justice, but transparency is key. So I don't think anybody's saying, let's just abolish all law and have a free for all. The same way we don't want to just open up prisons and have people that are super dangerous running them up. But 90% of the people in there really are not our biggest problem. They're there for all kinds of stupid reasons. Some people didn't even do what they're in there for. So you know, people just really need to think about all of this. There's all kinds of ways to make law more transparent. And it starts with just chunks of things like that happening at a time, in my opinion.
Hey, Emily, thank you. Your audio isn't the most clear, but I think I caught what you were saying, and I appreciate you. We're getting some noise though too.
Yes, the law is a
Tell you
game
what,
of
Jack. I
serious
tell you what, if you can hear me,
consequences, and that's why
you're
I
one lucky
advocate
man.
for more lies and bigger secrets for proletariat, so we can even those odds.
Jack,
Along
you're very
those
lucky
lines-
to have a lady like Emily batting for you.
I
By the way.
agree. I feel blessed.
Yeah.
There was regarding the laws as well, and the idea of a manifesto, writing things out. I don't claim to have every detail and all the solutions worked out. What I do claim is that I've discovered people who seem to, right? I mean, if we put the smart minds together and put them focused on trying to solve problems, we can solve problems. And there's a lot of people who've been looking at the problems.
I love that, Jack. You're not claiming to be the smartest, tool in the shed, but you are rallying the troops. It's your life mission to keep on this, to end the corruption, to open up people's eyes, to know that this place can become heaven on earth like it's supposed to be, not the hellish state that we're currently in.
That is the goal. I mean, it's the hope. It is the hope. I mean, when I see people opposing my ideas, something's going on with mics. I got Jesse, and I muted you for a moment. I used to believe, much like many of the people who argue against me, right? So maybe that's part of my frustration, is I'm pretty familiar with the arguments. I've heard them before, or I've made the arguments myself before, but I've learned a lot of things since then. And in my past, I did not have hope. I mean, that's part of my testimony. I was literally suicidal, depressed, unhealthy, not living a very great life. And I didn't have faith. Along the way, I started having time and opportunity to learn different ideas. And it's through these different ideas that I found faith, that I found hope. And so that's literally why I'm trying to share ideas, hoping that maybe others can find some hope, greater faith, greater inspiration and encouragement. Because if we're not here to encourage and uplift and inspire each other, we might be missing the point. I spent a lot of time beating myself up, claiming that I was uplifting others, protecting others, but I tell you what, I found the logical conclusion that my life is lived within me. It's in my mind and my emotions. My mind and emotions are intimate. There's no separating, really. One leads to the other. But when I spend my time without faith, when I worry, when I'm anxious, when I'm occupied in my head, there's no space in my mind for gratitude, for wondering. So what I found, and I guess to swing it back into the live stream too, the topic, how faith changes reputations and identities. Our reputation is the outside reflection. It may or may not be entirely accurate. But what matters is the truth. Even those who oppose us will reveal their truth. And if we don't listen to the truth, we might miss out. How faith changes reputations and identities. I had faith that I could become better than I was. That was all it took. For those who want all the details and want all the plans and all this, I didn't have that. I just said, I want greater. I want better. I'll figure it out as I go. And then I set out and I learned a whole bunch of new things.
So Jack seen me end a whole bunch of wars on these panels, and the way I did it was leverage. It was just conversation. They thought they had something on me, and I showed them that they didn't, and they stepped in dog doo-doo verbally. That's how I ended the wars on these panels.
Well, part of my goal is in my own personal life and wherever I'm able, I do hope to help find reconciliation where there's been disagreement, right? Hope to find some resolve where there's been conflicts. Because truly, if the world is going to become a better place, it's going to happen through the people who live there. That's you and me. This is our lifetime to do something.
But the
What are
problem,
we going to do?
if you demand resolution, they have leverage over you because they have something you want. I don't need resolution. They can just pounce out and get to do what we're going to do.
I don't think you're thinking of others. I think you're thinking of you.
Yeah, I'm thinking of others, but some others are just getting in the way. So I
Hey.
don't walk in their direction.
Hank, have you thought about, like, I don't know if both of you, this is kind of a downer, but I think it's pronounced Taba, but it's a village that they're burning in West Bank. And they were like sitting in Israel overlooking this, having snacks. So if that doesn't tell you everything about brainwashing, but they think if you talked to them, if you went and interviewed them, they would think this was totally justified. They talk about all the things that happened to their grandpappy, who killed my grandpappy that was from Gaza one time, and that's why this is cool, and they pump them up, and we do that too. We have our little pump up rallies, and these mentalities are totally pumped up, and everything that everybody does, whether it's a lawyer, stomping into the courtroom, doing something totally nefarious, they are convinced that they're perfectly morally on the high ground. So it's kind of like if you can bust these mentalities, and I don't know how you would mass do that, but there might be a way, but
It
usually
can't-
it's an individual thing.
From my experience, it cannot be done en masse. That's be done on a case-by-case basis. Yeah, it had to be done hyper-locally. Really, Jack, show us how to do it in mass, please.
I've witnessed it. I've witnessed immediate transformations of people from carrying around baggage they had from when they were a child, walking around angry. They walk into the room angry, anxious, upset. With the right guidance, the right environment, the right conditions, miracles, miraculous transformations happen. I've witnessed roomfuls of people changing.
Jack, can I mention, it's known in the 12-step program that this isn't something you can push on somebody. They have to accept it. I got to go. Be blessed.
Yeah. Love can't be forced. It's got to be accepted.
So you attempted to disagree with me, but then you agreed with me because they're in rooms. They were together. It has to be done locally. They were together. You agreed with me.
What did I agree to?
That the change has to be local changes. They're in a room together. They're
Oh,
local
okay.
together. You
Sure.
agreed with me.
Yeah. Yes. And if I had people who were committed to understanding me, I'm sure I could help them find an experience that would help them. That was actually one of my ideas of trying to do today with maybe Snafu. If I could just get him to experience being calm and silent just for a couple of minutes, who knows what might happen.
He might like it.
But I already made peace with him. I took over his Keystone Cop crew, and he hasn't been attacking me for a while. So that's how you do it.
I just learned of snafu not that long ago, but I wonder why he doesn't fry the big fish. Not to make that analogy, because I know there's vegans present, but the point being that there's some seriously sick stuff going on. And speaking of transparency on social media, when we really do have people doing things and companies making money off of it, and they're cool with doing it, why isn't he going after those people? And it's really easy to get in the panelverse and go after each other.
He just wants attention, to be honest. He just wants attention. That's why he attacks us with stuff he doesn't even have evidence for and pretends to be a journalist. He wants love. That's all he needs.
everybody wants love, but
And bullies are cowards. Bullies are cowards, and they won't go after the. They're just going to go after people that they think that they can attack, and so that's
Unfortunately, I think that's too
in that
simplistic.
case.
Sometimes bullies are not cowards; they're just sadistic psychopaths, and that's just a fact.
Most of
Sometimes they're not cowardly. Sometimes they have no fear; they have no thought for consequences. So they're not all cowards. I'm just telling you. It's unfortunate, but that's.
Yeah, you're right, DNW. But the people who have real power, have real balls, are the trolls. They go after the big fish. The little fish go after the big fish, and sometimes they win.
Right.
what's weird is he can be endearing, like, and people that are like this can be, and then you're like, why don't you channel this talent into something of some value? I mean, it's like you're dedicated to not really accomplishing anything, just doesn't make sense to me.
Jack, how long more are you going to go on for, brother?
I think we're nearing the end for sure.
Been an interesting one. I think it's great news that you're going to write something up, brother, and I think that's really good. I mean, that will be helpful to you, a nice PDF downloadable manifesto that you can put on the website,
Well, I've actually got writings on my website. I've got blogs. I've published. I tried writing, but I haven't put the time into a book. The really thing is this, to me, the concepts are so simple. I can explain it, but until someone's willing to understand it,
I know
they're never going to get it.
There's a certain people in professional circles want quotes that are accessible, that are well written, that they can share elsewhere, so they know what you're about,
Yes. Well, I am working and improving. Hey, I am going to start wrapping up.
I have a question for Dusty before we end. Dusty, do you understand Jack's message?
I think I understand it better than most of you. And I think that you're going to have trouble putting it on paper.
No, not really. I actually think it could be graphed out very easily, create a visual representation of what I'm talking about, but it's just simple basics. Do we get along better if people are honest or if they're selfish? That's what it comes down to. I think honesty is the best way.
The answer to that question is going to depend on who is answering it, right?
No, because it's very challenging to continue to get along with selfish people. Eventually it comes a point where you're like, fuck this, I'm done. I kind of think that's what America is at with the government, the selfishness of the government, the selfishness of the corporations. I think people are fed up with that relationship, to be honest.
Yes, but here's the issue. Those selfish people say they get along better with us when they're deceptive, they're lying. So that's the point. So we must get some. So we must make it very hard for them.
I mean, if I were wherever Hank is, I would rather snatch that hat off his head than get along with him. You know what I mean? I'd be better off that way with that hat. So.
And you're right, Jack. The answers are very simple, and what you're doing and what your mission is to keep the conversation going. And you're going to have people that oppose, and that's actually a good thing because they say no publicity is bad publicity. So if you have people coming here and attacking and opposing, you're getting the conversation going. You're keeping that spark lit. You're putting that idea into the consciousness. So commend you for enduring all the brutal things that you've endured, and you keep on coming and keeping the conversation going. Thanks for what you do. And as you gain in popularity, this is all good stuff. You're going to gain more and more people that are going to come and attack you. So this has all been preparing you for as it's going to go. It's just going to go sky high. So you're right about that, Flo. And thanks for what you're doing, Jack. I'm out of here. Nice seeing y'all, and we'll see you again another time.
Take care.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, great seeing you, Jesse. I'm glad to see you. Looks like life is still good on you. I believe he went through, I think he got struck maybe once or more. And I think he's taking a break from doing what he's been doing.
Yeah, Justice lost the channels off of YouTube. So we go to any other media site, the Missing Link Live, you'll find him.
Oh, beautiful. That's right. Other platforms, Rumble and such.
And BitChute and pretty much any other platform, look for the Missing Link Live and you'll find his channel.
Chuck, welcome. I was
howdy.
heading in the direction of final words.
Oh, okay. My bad. I've
He
been
wasn't,
driving,
and
so
you
I'm
showed
just.
up. You know how that goes.
Who knows? No. Any thoughts? Any ideas?
I got a question, and it's just a question. I've pondered this many a times myself. We got this thing called the Constitution, and it talks about separation of state and church. How in the world would this work to get around that? I often ask myself that question. How would that be possible?
Well, I think the idea is to
And I'm using the word church loosely.
All right. So
Okay.
maybe I don't know what you're asking.
How would you, yeah, I get it. There's White House prayer dinners and all sorts of religious procedures inside the government. There's just not an officially promoted religion, right? So I think
Right.
that unless and Jack's not like, what religion is Jack, right?
I'm not calling Jack a religion.
I'm just saying
No.
I think Jack is ambiguous enough with his spirituality and non. You know, it's not like he's out here with Sharia law. I think he can find the gray area.
Thank you.
Well, I wasn't pointing this towards Jack. I was just talking about a movement as a whole.
What is? I'm not again.
I think I think what you're wondering, if you think if people had a big awakening toward God, what would we do about separation of church and state? So I think, separation of church and state protects the church from the state also. You don't necessarily want the state monkeying in your church. And we haven't been, we haven't been honoring that, like Dusty was saying. So
Yeah.
I think leaving people, having their free will intact would be something that, whether you believe God or not, you would probably be all for, I would think.
Well, I'm actually of the opinion that it's very possible if we collectively make the agreement that we're going to change things and we really care about what's true. I actually believe we can go to the facts and use the scientific method, determine what is and is not accurate. We can overcome the divisions of religion. We can overcome the divisions of politics, economics, nationality. We can overcome anything if we want to. And God allows, of course.
Has politics turned into a religion of sort?
Yeah. People have been indoctrinated. They trust these systems and the economy more than they trust in God, more than they trust in love or truth. But this is how it works, and it makes sense. We are sparks of this divine light, this light force that brings forth life. It is us. But there's a battle for us, for our life force energy. When we're burdened down with ways of the world, we open ourselves up to these corrupted ideas, right? And these corrupted ideas could be like the demonic entities. And with demonic entities, you're going to get corrupted ideas. The stuff in the Bible, it's actually a lot of very powerful wisdom that it's important that people try to understand. The wisdom, of course, but
I ask Flo a question.
please.
Flo, what is the interest rate, for lack of a better word to call it, the fee that the the Federal Reserve is charging the U.S. government? Do you know?
Oh, not off my head, not at all.
Oh, I thought you would have been familiar with it.
No, I'm so out of the loop. But I mean, I know that all rates are up, in my adult lifespan. So,
but they're nowhere near the rates we have on the commercial market, right? Or am I wrong?
Commercial market is higher. Commercial's highest. Consumer's highest, then commercial, then real estate. Commercial real estate's higher than residential real estate because res is so promoted. But what are you looking at? Is there some reason you have specifically? Or
well, I was just curious. It's been a long time since I looked that up, and I thought maybe you being an ex-banker might have had some sort of number in your head.
I don't. It's probably fours, but from the hip, but I don't know. It wouldn't be hard to find.
Okay. I'm trying to put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, you're good. I don't know if, but speaking of economic stuff, SpaceX IPO is Friday. It's going to be the biggest IPO ever. It's going to be quite the market event.
Little as $100, you can get in on the IPO.
I definitely am not getting in on that, but it's going to pull liquidity away from the rest of the stock market. All right, I'm done, Jack. Jack hates wealth.
That is untrue. I love prosperity. I love abundance. I love freedom. And I know that wealth can be associated with those things, but
it's kind of a requirement, a prerequisite almost.
Well, that's only in the old ways. I'm focused on the new kingdom. The new kingdom will be different.
Well, when you change that, I'll try to catch up.
What?
It's all happening. I don't know how the world will work in the future, but I've got these concepts and ideas that kind of make sense, and it is in line with the teachings of Jesus as well. Rather than having a world that's focused on the profits and debts, why don't we work together for forgiveness, right? And not just forgiveness, but what was the other one I was thinking? We've got a world of debts. Oh yeah, and a world of punishment. And again, the message of Jesus was forgiveness, mercy. And truly, if we love one another, we can reform our prisons. We can reform the way our nations interact with each other. We can reform how we interact with each other. I actually believe that we don't need so many laws and bureaucrats and enforcers for us to get along. I really don't.
Jack, nobody uses the teachings of Jesus anymore. Like nobody that's real. And
hello, my name is Jack Talcott. I'd like you to meet me. I believe in the teachings of Jesus.
The real big brains, the real big thinkers are not using Jesus as
well, sure. If they're in the worldly ways, they're using their worldly minds. I've truly found what Jesus is saying. Give your mind to God. Give your faith to the. Give your faith.
Once again, you're enabling mind control. You're enabling indoctrination. And earlier, it's like you're anti this, and this, and then you're pro the same thing. You're anti.
If you understood me properly, what I'm actually about, not so much mind control. My hope is to help others gain greater inner control of their own minds, so they have clarity. Right? So they can overcome the confusion and the past trauma, habits. I mean, I'll put this out here. I was offering it elsewhere too. I mean, I honestly feel like I have the time and education, and I know I have the willingness. I want to help people. And what I feel I can help people do is to get clarity in themselves about what have I learned, what am I doing, what would I love to do in the future, what is my spirit calling me to. I feel I can help people do that.
Once again, you're enabling military-like.
Take care, Jack.
Much love, DNW.
I've got to go. I'm going to go stream on my channel very quickly, but it's been a pleasure. I'm really looking forward to your manifesto, bro. And you
Hell of
know,
a
Jack,
title.
ride the wave. The shit keeps coming in, but you know, the cream always rises to the top, Jack. Best of luck.
Jesus
I'll
Christ
talk to you
is
soon.
similar to a psyop, a military psyop.
Much love.
All right, guys. If anybody wants to come on, please do. I'll share the link now, guys. Sorry. I'll share the link. It's a different link, guys, so don't click on that one. Okay. Alan, you little weasel, are you going to come on today, or are you going to hide backstage? Well, not backstage, in the live chat. Too meek to even have a murmur on here. Come on, bro. Wake up, smell the coffee. Antinatalism is a dead philosophy. It doesn't do jack shit. Has no real worldly consequence. You're wanking into the wind, and you're getting terribly excited about being moral in a world that doesn't give a shit about your ideas. Unfortunately for you. Unfortunately for you. I mean, oh, whoop-de-doo, I'm so moral. I'm so moral. But if the world doesn't give a fuck about what you're saying, Alan, maybe it's time to change the way you orient yourselves conversationally and philosophically. Otherwise, you're just sitting there wanking into the wind and thinking you're doing something worthwhile. You know, it is what it is. If you want to waste the rest of your life, Alan, I find that terribly sad. You know, the vegan cause is where it's at if you are a vegan, but the antinatalism stuff, bro, it's so sad to think you're achieving anything, Alan. That's the crying shame of all this.
Wanking into the wind. There's a song there, mate.
Yeah. They say they're already doing everything that they can, and this is the problem. Some people can't do all that much, and Alan is a classic example of that.
Well, the thing with antinatalism, when you don't have a kid, that's all you need. That's it, and even that's not a requirement.
No, it's not solving the problems that these people are saying exist in the world.
Yep.
Hello to Vanguard. I know that name. I don't know. I can't. Sorry, Vanguard. I've forgotten who you are, but that name is familiar. Good evening, Vanguard. Yeah, I know Alan Hill, but it doesn't actually do that. That's the fucking funny thing about it. And that you can't prove that it does. You can't prove that a few fucking people abstaining isn't going to open up the floodgates for others to do even more procreation than they would otherwise. That's the crazy situation. You think you're achieving something. Show me what you're achieving. You can't even prove you were ever going to have a kid anyway. You might be firing blanks. Your missus might have had a fucking miscarriage. Maybe you're fucking gay or something. I don't know. It is what it is.
I would also say that most antinatalists don't have the reason they don't have kids doesn't have anything to do with AN. AN is just a retrospective. You know, oh, I'm a moral person. I can put a label on my morality or my actions now. So, and anyway, I now, if anything, I'm now actively encouraging people to not get involved in antinatalism, because the people who are leading the charge are just the most disgusting, repugnant individuals. And my recommendation is stay the fuck away from it. That's what I reckon.
For me, it's a non-subject. I'm not even like I think there's evil and fucked up people in every movement. So, and I'm not going to comment on all people who are prominent in AN because I don't think they're all bad eggs. But I will say I do think they're misguided. Unfortunately, I mean, it would be nice to have a panacea. It would be nice to feel like you're doing something that you could measurably show was achieving something. But you know, it's just not where it's at. It's just not where it's at. And I have a feeling that deep down they will all, in the privacy of their own minds, admit that to themselves one day, unfortunately. I don't know. Do you not think that's the case, Yerf, that one day they will have to admit to themselves that the activism is for now?
Well, I mean, the act, as far as spreading or persuading people not to have kids is concerned, it's a knout. But in terms of elevating themselves, you know, the whole thing with them is it's not what they can do for AN, it's what AN can do for them. And they're using AN as a springboard to publicize themselves and
Thank
to,
God, man. Right.
you know.
Right. Like LA is trying to do his.
Or the rest of them as well. Yeah, the Lawrences, the Amandas. They're
I don't
just,
know about Lawrence. I like Lawrence.
I don't
But,
like him. I think he's a fuckwit. They're just all disgusting to me.
Well, I mean, I think some of them are young and they genuinely believe what they're doing has kind of, as I said, measurable outcomes. Unfortunately, I believe that a lot of people's hearts are in the right place as well. But you know, reality doesn't give a fuck about whether your heart's in the right place.
I'm not so sure I agree with that. Once you're prepared to compromise yourself by being less than intolerant of a certain subject, then as far as I'm concerned, your ethics don't mean shit, and I'm not interested in hearing what you have to say. That's my position on all that.
Alan Hill says, I don't know what he's doing. Well, tell us, Alan, tell us what you're doing. He says, or tell us what you're doing that will have real world outcomes, Alan. That will, you know, that won't encourage more people to have children. He says that's a psychopath's position. I don't know who he's talking to there. Alan, who are you talking to? He also says it would be wise. It would not be wise to tell that maybe.
Speaking very cryptically there.
Yeah, it sounds like you have nothing in your pocket to show us, to be honest with you. It's either that or it's probably a criminal act, which I would say don't do. He says you're a psychopath for not giving a shit.
I don't give a
ethics.
shit about ethics. I honestly, the people in this space are just so. I don't want to use the R word for your channel, but it's just the way these people think and process information. It tells me that they're just uneducated slobs, and they're so sloppy when it comes to critical thinking. I don't give a shit about. These people are just so stupid.
Self-projection. I mean, the thing is, Alan, if you want my honest opinion, is some people have just got to realize that unfortunately the world doesn't work the way you like it to, and unfortunately that means your actual choices are confined by the reality that you're in, and you having these fantasies of making meaningful change in the world and preventing people from being born. It's not good.
And here we go again. The whole zero arguments ad hominems. Arguments against what? You've said nothing of value that requires a response.
I want Alan to come on one day.
Come on.
But Alan won't come on.
Well, good evening,
Which means they are
Valhalla.
a strangely triggered lurker who probably we might even know who they are, but they just put a fucking
Right. It's probably a sock of someone. That's another possibility. Yeah.
which is quite humorous.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, Valhalla, you're on the Finding Gnosis show. The Geordie boy.
Yes, for the second time.
No,
because
it's,
you remember.
oh right, yeah, you came directly here. Yeah.
Good evening. How are you doing?
It
Good night,
doesn't.
how you
Alan,
doing?
you can't prove it doesn't encourage more elsewhere, and I still think that's a major problem for you guys. You know,
And that's also an empirical statement. If you're going to say that antinatalism is actually preventing births, that's a claim you have to prove. Where's the evidence
yeah,
for
and
that?
I don't think they can prove it.
No, they can't. Of course they can't.
They can't even prove they were going to have a kid anyway. The person was definitely going to have a kid. Even if you have a vasectomy, it doesn't mean you were ever going to have a kid. Unfortunately, that is the literal case. The kid could have been miscarried. You know, you might have been firing blanks. You know, you might have just by the time you got around to having one, you might have been too old and fucked. You know, you might not want one. So, I mean, there's no real proof for that, Alan.
DNW, the only country I know that ever controlled its birth rate by death or total annihilation was China. Can you remember when China had a two-birth policy? Only two.
Yeah.
Remember? Or was it one? Yeah. And look what happened there. Look what happened there. Now they want people that come to China to have more births.
Do you know what? Hold on, you got to laugh at this, right? Alan says rational people don't irresponsibly procreate. So is he also saying rational people procreate responsibly?
But the implication of that statement is that if you do procreate, you
You're
are
rational.
irrational, and that's just an ad hominem, and it's a terminal
No,
statement.
but it also is.
It's
Funnily enough,
poisoning the
saying-
well.
it also is saying if you procreate responsibly, you are rational, and if you're rational,
Well, put it
therefore,
this way.
well, why aren't you antinatalist?
Well, put it this way. I've had no children, but I'm very irrational. Yeah.
All right, I've got to share this link. Sorry, guys, I'm going to share it again. Are we right? There you go. We'll go
Is that
pin it.
Emily I see? Emily, you're a star, mate.
Hello,
I had a
Emily.
look through your channel. You're a fucking star.
Stop glazing everybody, man. You need to be
She is,
slapped.
She is, though. She's great. She's really good value.
Okay.
Alan, come on the show, bro. Can I ask, Alan, why don't you want to come on the show? I mean, it's interesting. You're so emotionally involved in the subjects we're talking about, but for some reason you don't want to come on. It is interesting.
Shout out Jeeps. What's up? You suckers. What's up, Emily? You're
very well, Caillou, honourable Bat. Sorry, who am I over talking? Sorry, Emily. I'll wait to answer that guy again. You go ahead, sweetheart. Go ahead, Emily. Go ahead.
I was just saying hi because Zone said hi. So yeah, I didn't have anything to say at the moment.
Alan
Your,
Hill wants to
reputation
remain
precedes
anonymous. That's
you.
why. Okay.
Your reputation precedes you, Emily. What are you gonna disappoint me, or are we gonna see? No, I know you need to be prompted. It's all good.
Emily,
DNW
time is short, darling. I suppose we'll go for another hour or so here. Do you want to play a video for us to watch, or do you want to?
I would love to. If
Have
you
we got
would.
time for that though, Emily? We've only got about an hour, so.
It's 20 minutes. Is that okay?
All right then. Okay, go ahead.
It's just to put the names and the faces onto.
Will
what
you
we were
share
talking
your
about.
screen and do it that way? Is that all right?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Talk amongst yourselves. I didn't know how you'd want to do it, but it'll just take me 1 second to get it ready.
All right.
Well, to the person that was talking about, I'm confusing Japan with China. Look what happened to China when they didn't produce enough females and males to produce more females and males. They have a problem. So I'm not confusing China.
Alan says talking in voice chat doesn't make anyone a tough guy if that's not. It's not about being tough. It's about having a genuine, good faith conversation to see what your points are and a bit of back and forth. That's all it is. It's not about proving who's tougher.
Right, just a bit of back and forth now. Now, DMW, you were on Jack Talcott's channel today, mate, and what did you think? Are you on season 2 now, mate, or season 3?
I'm on season 2.
Okay, so season 2 is when you realize it's BS. Season 3 is when you start to troll. Okay, so that's when you play into it, and that's fun too. Okay, so now you know.
Okay.
Hello, Danny.
Right
Good
on.
to see you, Danny.
What's up, Robin and Social Experimentalist?
Emily, let me know when it's ready and I'll share it.
It's ready.
Danny
Did you want me
Blue?
to? I've got share screen up, but I don't know if you can see it that way or how you want to do it. You just make my screen bigger, I guess, or something.
I can't see the screen at the moment, Dolly. It's not back there.
Alrighty. Let me see share screen.
So wait, DMW, are you British or an Aussie? There's like some overlap there, isn't there, in the accent? Or am I tripping?
Are you seeing it now?
Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Emily or somebody else?
I'm talking about the accents. I noticed some accents on DMW's channel and his own. Anyways.
He's British.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There's a little bit of difference in the Aussie accents and the British accents. A little bit.
It's a little bit, but you know what? Not way too much. I'm just saying.
He says it's just your British accent was awful.
I know it's just my British accent. I know. In it. I know.
I'm so confused.
Well, I have to say,
In it.
sometimes
like-
when I talk to people, I mimic their act. I used to do it more, but I don't do it anymore, thank fuck. But it used to be quite embarrassing how I used to mimic people's accent, and I didn't even mean to do it.
Oh, you're impressionable.
Maybe when I know you're from New
You're
Zealand, but it might be
impressionable.
when, yeah.
That's all. That's
Or
okay.
a good effort, or at least. Or a
Yeah,
good
this
effort.
conversation is bordering on racism as far as I'm concerned.
I'm so
whoa,
confused
whoa,
by what's
whoa,
going
whoa.
on anyway. Like
Whoa
I went
now.
up, like I
Let's
clicked
not
the
worry.
link.
Let play the video, Emily.
Settle down.
Okay.
Trying to copy one's accent or
You have to-
dialect.
hold
is
on,
not
hold on
racism.
a second, guys.
Come on.
It's white
Emily,
on
tell
white
us what this
violence
video
and
entails
vanity.
before we watch it. Before you press play, sorry.
So this is
Was it?
Diane. And this is Diane and her son. I want you to see who we're talking about and what happened. The crime is actually on her CCTV camera. The man that hired these two, and it's a wanted fugitive, is still on YouTube today. He has two channels, Godis and Sferia. That's her being beaten.
Lord have mercy.
Right. Do you want to make the screen big so we can see it? Because I can't. It's yeah. If you maximize the size of the YouTube screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a district attorney, Emily?
No, I'll fill you in a sec, but this is Ilias Abdullah and Angelina. She actually passed out before this happened. They drug her to the fence with the baton. And in a moment of praying, she got that baton away from him. They attacked her with acid, which they're throwing on her right now. They tried to get it in her eyes. She managed to keep them from doing that and ran away. A neighbor that she happened to visit one time, she knew right where their bathroom was, happened to hear the commotion and let her into the shower, and they fled. They'd waited there all day for her to come outside. So this was the first attack. And they got all the way away this time.
Damn,
So
that's
they were at
premeditated closed case for premeditated. They brought acid and waited outside. It's over.
Well, they'd been stalking
Can
her
you give
for,
us? Can you give us some background to the synopsis of this attack?
I will.
Who's
If
attacking
you just
who
follow-
and where it is? And
Sure, just a sec. This is so January 2023. They told them to go back home, that they were probably safe, and this is what happened. This
Oh,
was the second fire. He set himself on fire, and that's the only reason he got caught, because he was swerving all over the road. They almost made
Again,
it
you
to
might want to make the screen big.
Yep.
I don't know if it is.
That's as big as I can make it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
This
okay.
is
That's what he said.
Yep. So, so Diane came back online to maximize her safety.
What's up, guys? Is that you scammed your viewers into paying money for a lawyer so you could see your son. I never spoke to your lawyer. Instead, you paid to get acid thrown over me and a Molotov thrown into your own son's bedroom.
So this is when we knew the rumors were true, that she was indeed attacked, and that's just the baby. Just to put a face to this, so you know that we're talking about real people.
I think that's good. That's
can
important.
I just put
Damn.
in a fact to this? There's a lot of AI in between. So how am I supposed to believe this?
A lot of, oh, well, that's a good question, but we
AI
have court
filters.
records. I'll tell you, because we have court records. Ilias was convicted. He fingered Gaddis Laxton as hiring him, and they have him on an app discussing the crimes with Ilias, Angelina, and himself. He also supplied them with the license plates and the sulfuric acid. And we have the warrant for his arrest, which we fully translated, and it's got the court seal, Amtsgericht 12 in
Fair
German.
enough. Fair enough.
Oh,
Fair enough. I'm just talking about what you've shown visually, without any background, and I don't know this, so I'm just saying AI
Oh,
is
sure.
a friends.
You're talking
Yeah.
too much.
These are the activist channels. So we all started channels to help support her and use charity to do so. And I started mine back in June of 2004. I play Marina, who is the wanted fugitive female, that's her husband and daughter that you saw attacking Diane. This is print media. One of the activists has had all these things translated. Gaddis even admitted that he knows he's wanted in PZC in 2024. Vegan Gains massive from my Valentine. Do the best on showcasing this self-defense material.
What the F, yo?
So this is my channel, and I filed suit in October 2024 against YouTube and Google because they wouldn't respond to the cybercrime complaint forms. And for 2 years, we've been battling this, both online and now in court.
Oh man, there's lore to this. Oh, there's lore to this.
Well, first of all, I'm just going to say scrub this from my memory because this, I mean, it's on the internet and I've got no idea. And I'm just saying, I thought there was a serious conversation, but
well, it's being presented to you. It's being presented.
Yeah, but presentations from
US. Here's Gaddis Laxton talking about child sex abuse on this video. Yep. This is Gaddis telling you what he thinks about having sex with your own child. On the internet, on these platforms, which is a violation of the Terms of Service, of course, and of all kinds of law.
Talk about it as if it's natural, and it is actually natural. You would always have sex in front of your children because there's nothing special. Sex in nature is just nothing. It's like eating or shitting.
That's crazy.
Okay, that's a lockup. That's prison right there, right?
The media, your
He actually will say, if you watch till later, he'll talk about how he is doing that with his own child. And he'll try to use coded language, which he does for murder and rape on YouTube.
Explain why it's wrong when you hear about something such as having sex around children, your children, whatever. Your family, it feels wrong, but does it actually? No. In the so-called ancient times, in some places,
So is this a Dutch guy from the Netherlands?
He's actually Latvian. Diane was from the Netherlands, but he lived in Germany.
Trying to figure out how to be racist about it, are you? No, I'm just playing.
Why would I say that when I'm European,
I'm
you
just
bellend?
playing.
How dare you use a word like that, you racist twat?
Oh, come on. Take a joke.
Fuck off.
Now listen to this, please. He's talking about your own child.
50% demand.
Well,
You're creating
try
a
to be
different version
racist
of
about
yourself, and then you have sex with yourself, essentially, or at least 50% of yourself.
So it's totally normal to have sex with your own child because they're 50% of yourself. That's what he's teaching. And he did that in multiple videos. This is a drop.
Okay.
This guy is still walking around free.
He needs to be under the jail. Under the jail. So, is he walking free?
So, how do you feel about Elon Musk's father having sex?
Emily, you might have to start. Hold on. You might have to start. Emily, you might have to start pausing it and as you're talking because we're missing bits.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So let me answer.
So, what about Elon Musk's father producing a child with his stepdaughter? How do you feel about that?
I don't know, but yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But
nasty ass.
Basically, YouTube has an obligation. That little girl you see right there is a missing and endangered child by way of law, not only because of all this child sex abuse, incest stuff that you're seeing him talk about, and at one point he does talk about her. He also had friends living with him that are involved in the dark web. So there's no telling what could be happening to this child. But add to that the fact that
damn, Jeeps just roasted the freak crazy.
Yeah. YouTube and Google are battling leaving him online to be able to consult with minors for $200 an hour and evade arrest with that child. They have an obligation to turn the whereabouts of him in because of that child to the NCMEC, just because of his wanted fugitive status, without all this weird sex stuff. So, and if you
Emily, isn't there a mob with torches and pitchforks coming for him right now? Like, where's that mob? Where can I sign up for that mob, Emily?
I mean, yeah, I know, right?
We need a sign up form for the mob. And
I got a petition.
Everybody
brings the
go to
pitchfork.
16,000 Pennsylvania Avenue for one, then number 10 Downing Street, then the BBC, then the Kremlin. Come on, there's many places you need to go for that.
Grassroots, Gnosis. Grassroots. I'm bringing a torch and a pitchfork.
Don't forget about the Knesset. The Knesset in Israel.
We have to come after him right now. This is not something to wait on.
I'm in the courtroom trying to do it, and I'm trying to compel them to turn him in and to
Well,
deplatform
God
him.
bless you, Emily, because
Well
when
done,
he
Emily.
gets, let me say this.
Yeah, man.
Be quiet. Let me tell you something. When he gets into jail for this crime, he's gonna have a bad time.
One of his best
Okay.
heroes, his favorite people is Ian Watkins, who did just get stabbed in prison for rape. He was actually literally a baby raper.
He's gonna have the worst time, and he is gonna get some get back for what he deserves. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Is he Jewish by any chance?
Man, what the fuck? What is wrong with you? Why?
What?
You're asking, is he Dutch? And then you ask, is he Jewish? What are you thinking about?
So let me tell you guys about.
Vanguard. You want to be careful what you say. It's my YouTube channel, you little asshole, right?
Yeah. So let me go ahead and play this because he speaks in coded language. You know, I couldn't put everything he's ever done in one little video, but Go to Norway was code for killing Diane, the girl you just saw get attacked, which was attested to from a girlfriend of his, and he did it where we could see it. He even recorded a message saying, the only reason you're still alive and I go to Norway is this.
Yo, how is he still alive? That's my question. How?
So the reason I'm telling you that is because he's fixing to do code for child sex abuse in one of the parts of this video here I'm going to show you, where he talks about riding bicycles that you get in Afghanistan and which ones are the best to ride, because that's code.
So this guy was in, he's from Latvia or somewhere there, but he lived where? Well, when this
Germany.
happened?
So basically in 2006, he stabbed his classmates and left Latvia. Yeah. He stabbed his classmates at Wentzville School. He was very unwelcome in Latvia because he was a loose cannon, you know, and he ended up in Germany. And so Germany was his base, and he had an online presence. He met Diane briefly, and then they started a relationship. She didn't know anything about the school stabbing, and she didn't know much about him online. She wasn't that into social media, and he, of course, presented himself as this, like straight edge, family friendly type guy, and anything but.
They all do.
And then all of this, transpired. So, and he used her for views because she's very beautiful and sweet, and it really did pull in views to have a pretty girlfriend, and then he was extremely violent from the get-go, and it was hard to get away from him.
So wait, Emily, is he a lol cow? Is that what this is?
He's a lol cow, well, here's the thing. He started out as a lol cow, and a lot of people were parodizing him just because he was a lol cow, but then it got more and more dangerous.
It got way worse. I see.
Very horrible.
Yes.
And then people knew, and that's when I got involved. I'm like, okay, this is no longer just like watching a fucking movie. This is real life,
Well, God bless you for helping in court to get justice for these crimes.
Well, we can
So
all
do you
help.
think without saying the word then again, is he a Zionist Christian or what?
Man, what the
Well, let me just tell you, he's actually a Satanist. Except he's a cartoon version of Satanism. Yeah, he's into all that kind of stuff. He believes in cannibalism. One of his heroes is Richard Ramirez. I've made videos about that, parody ones and serious ones. But yeah, no, he's and we believe that little girl's name might be Antonina, named her after, if that's the case, Anton LaVey.
He might try to go to. He might try to go
Emily,
the mental health route.
this? Sorry for interrupting, fella. When was this video that we seen him with his blue and white top and his daughter yellow with pink and blue and palms
So that
and
was
white behind
when
him?
Diane came back to tell her story, to maximize their safety and get some support. He made a video against her, claiming to be the victim and putting the little girl in it. And so that's the video that he did there, and he tried to get money. He always tries to get
Yeah,
money.
but what year are we talking about here?
That was probably
How
back
long
in 2024. That was when Ilias was about to go on trial. And he had a lawyer hide 20 of my videos in the Netherlands so that they wouldn't see it when media came a-calling, trying to find out who this guy was and what he'd done. So, yeah. So let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and play.
Well, thank you for answering that. Thank you for answering that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Had another child with his current girlfriend. He now has a daughter. So
Can you turn your volume up a bit there, Emily, on your side, because it's very low.
That's I'm sorry, that's as loud as I can get. I don't know what the deal is. I apologize. Oh, wait, this one can go a little bit.
And he openly advocates for having sex with children and your own family members, including
gotta die.
your own children.
He's got to
This
die.
guy is dangerous as fuck and
He's
needs
gotta
to
die.
be arrested.
His days are numbered. Oh my.
Moving around and around and around and around.
This is not tolerable. This is not tolerable.
And they claim, this is just me showing that they do claim already to fight abuse on their platform.
Did you?
They have
Did you?
After this one, I'll answer some questions.
So we're not allowed to say that Elon Musk's father fathered a daughter from a stepdaughter. No.
He fathered a daughter from a stepdaughter. Yeah, that's pretty
Right,
gross.
I'll keep my mouth.
They're not related, I guess, and they're not. If it's not a child, then I mean, I still think it's weird, but it's not crime, you know, not the level of this.
Someone has echo.
Okay, I'll play this guy.
Who is it? Who is it?
Not me, I hope.
So Exhibit 5 has to do with something that I had been bringing up in the case all along, that on the GOTUS channel we have promotion of CSA. And we have it on the April 2023 live stream where he talks about where you can basically buy children to ride and the different ages and whatnot.
Emily, I
Comparing
think it
the
is
families
you,
where
bud.
can get them. It's pretty clear that's what he's talking about. And he left that
If
live
you
stream
could
up
mute
a long
for a
time.
second.
You know, I had my case going and we were having our meetings about whether they were going to act on their own accord or not, or if we were going to get in front of a judge. And he wasn't too worried about it back then. But as soon as, you know, we got in front of a judge and it wasn't dismissed, and then we had our next hearing, you know, he got that sucker down. He's privatized it or whatever he's done with it. But the screen recordings exist. Not only do the screen recordings exist, but the person I'm taking it from, that illustrates a greater breach of contract point. So we all remember that As It For My Valentine, or many of you do, that last summer when I started my channel, his channel was going strong and it was really getting popular really rapidly. And he had like 1,000 or more subs right away and was growing. And then all that hard work, they took it down. So contrast that with Gaddis Laxton and what he's been able to do. And by the way, to reiterate, you know, when you're a wanted fugitive and that's a matter of a court record, you know, there's a court order, a warrant is a court order for your arrest. And it's in a trial transcript that's a matter of public record that they will arrest you if they can find you. And on we can go. That's a totally different game than naming people that you just want to defame.
Unless you're
You know,
a
even
president and you can pardon yourself, capiche?
that's part of them being a wanted fugitive. You can name wanted fugitives, and they don't have any reasonable expectation of privacy. So, totally different game naming you than you naming Diane, for example, back when you did that. And they now
Wait,
have a
can they-
legal letter from Diane citing everything that he's done, sworn.
Can they citizens arrest this guy and, you know, maybe he accidentally trips over a cliff? Maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
Seal, will you just fucking calm down with your stupid fucking comments, because Emily's trying to get through the presentation. I know what you're saying, but come on, bro. These stupid fucking little jokes you're making. Just shut the fuck up.
Mate, I apologize for my interruptions.
mate.
I apologize for my interruptions there.
Yeah,
mate.
you
I
too,
do.
you drunk fuck. Please.
I'm not drunk, mate. I'm quite stoned.
Boy,
Does
you've
that
got
count?
sand in your vagina.
I'm just saying,
today,
Emily's
don't you,
come on
boy?
here to fucking give a presentation. and every
Boy,
fucking
you-
5
you-
seconds,
you-
all I can hear is you wankstains fucking popping up with your bullshit. So please,
And
just
you've
shut the
got
fuck up.
sand in your vagina today, don't you?
Fucking hell.
Fucking
Go ahead,
bloody
Emily.
hell.
You're muted there, Emily. Unmute yourself, please.
Bloody hell.
Okay, am I open where you can hear me? Good. Okay. Yeah, this is important because this is a legal letter that Diane wrote. So this puts the company on notice, and that's why I had her do this. So she wrote this to, or I encouraged her. I think she did it of her own accord a little bit later on and did a real comprehensive, good job. I know Ghost of James Uganda channel and myself had written up some stuff, and then she wrote this. She sent this to the parent company Alphabet as well, and YouTube and Google. So in the future, you know, they should be on notice that she is eligible to file a civil lawsuit. And also her being in hiding extends the time she has to do that.
because there's no reasonable expectation for her to be able to get it done within the time frame, although she's still within the time frame. But if it takes longer, she can still do it for that reason. But this letter was key. You know, I knew, like, you need to do this, and she got it done. And she also gave me a sworn affidavit for my court case. All of his sock puppet accounts where he's threatened her, and I've been threatened as well. My records are sealed because of that, with very specific death threats from his #1 fan, Prussian Society, so which they allowed to be on YouTube and on a Google blog for a very long time. So in playing this, I'm going to show you the actual comments he made about the little girl you just saw.
Can you unmute the video, please?
And we know that they took his channel
Oh,
down.
there it
And
is,
he
it's
had to
done.
start all over again.
So we have to unmute ourselves before you unmute.
Yes, Exhibit
Hush
5.
yourself.
And it's tied into the fact that they treated his channel very differently than the criminal's channel.
Like in Afghanistan, like you're able to buy like a 12 or 13-year-old bike, even though it's an old bike, it's a rusty bike. You can literally buy bikes like that there, but it's dangerous to buy those or ride those kind of bikes in the US, because you need like a license, because those kind of bikes are seen as rusty and dangerous to ride. But like in Afghanistan, you can buy and ride those kind of bikes, and you know, in a lot of Muslim countries, so there's like a lot of different rules, but we get programmed that these kind of bikes are dangerous to ride in Europe and in America, and it's funny because it's actually not dangerous at all. It's actually a lot of fun, but it's actually very good for you, and still you can ride the bike for a long time, I would say still. You know, but like we throw those kind of bikes away. And it's a waste.
Emily,
It's
I've had
basically a
enough of
waste
this squeaky voiced fucker.
No, wait.
Already old. You know, like 12 and 13-year-old bikes isn't really an old bike, but they are seen as old in a lot of these countries and where people watch Hollywood movies. Or, you know, my new bike, like a 1 or 2-year-old bike, which is very new, if you understand what I mean. You know, 30-year-old bike is also dangerous. No, I mean, a 1, 2-year-old bike, that's the safest, of course.
Right. Think about it.
Yes, that's disgusting.
Okay, you got it. Okay.
He was obviously speaking code there. The fucker.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought the same at first too.
I've also told you where you can go get your own warrant, and some of you have a lot easier time getting this than we do in the States. You know.
Wow.
Emily, that was important. I'm not sure if you're pausing for any other reason, but that part where he was talking in code, at first I was like, what is he talking about? Riding bikes is dangerous. And then I think he let us all know what he was talking about.
Sorry, I think I was
Did he
muted.
not
Yeah,
mention rusty bikes as well, though? He mentioned rusty bikes. Wow,
Yeah, there's also
right. Oh, that's
Oh,
racism.
wait a minute. Yes. He's talking about also killing, basically, human trafficking victims. If you go to Afghanistan to buy a bike and then they throw those bikes away sometimes, that's code for killing the kids.
Dear
And then he's
God,
talking
have mercy.
my new 1 to 2 year old
What a
bike, if you
sick-
know what I mean. Yeah, he's a very, very sick fuckface and they know all about it.
Okay,
Sorry for the.
so
Right,
And so this is the one.
Three
see the letter.
pitchforks.
I can't see the letter on my TV, but it does say it's in Deutsches.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah, let
German.
me just tell you,
It's,
you might not want to play this whole part because it's a little bit boring for people, but I'll just tell you the gist is that you can see these things on my channel, on my parody channel or my regular channel, but this is the full warrant. They have the full warrant. YouTube and Google have it. It's Ansgericht Offenburg. They know it's a legit warrant because it wouldn't have been allowed to be uploaded into the Santa Clara civil court system.
Thank God.
And so corporate Verletzung is the body of law. It covers the type of crimes like Diane's beating. It also outlines what weapons they were trying to uncover. It names Gaddis Lagersten wanted for separate prosecution for the attack of Diane, and in the charge of him deploying them to do the crime. It outlines that. And D.B. Shieldington, the accused, which would be Marina Abdullah, who's Primal Bell, who has a channel on YouTube as well, and her daughter and her husband. So all of that's laid out there. They have it, court seal. They know it's real. And let me get back into it. I'll fast forward a little bit because I know that it's kind of tedious for people to look at the whole thing.
I'll interrupt with some bullshit.
Had I not had this copy of the warrant, I would have had to. And this tells what all they're accused of. Grunda
Well, I'm
means
going to
reasoning.
because
So this
this is
label
personal.
reasoning,
Somebody.
and this about right here, you can see Netherlands two crimes when he was trying to deploy people to harass her criminally. And yeah, so that's who they attacked. And it goes into what kind of attacks, and he's wanted for separate prosecution. There's the
So he's got a record. He's got a record.
too. And yeah,
Well, yeah, he's on Interpol. Now it's hard to get on the red list, so he's not on the red list, but he is on Interpol.
Yeah.
um,
So
So,
you're
what else was I
like
gonna
have access to Interpol data. Wow. Nice one.
Yep.
Wait, you said she's. Okay, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. What were you saying?
I was trying to clarify what he just said. If you heard it, then you go ahead.
So
What did you say?
you have access to Interpol data. Is that correct?
No, it's through Diane's attorneys that I know that. I don't, and I have a hard time getting a hold of European things, so getting this warrant was difficult. It was only whoever activists.
So you're in contact with attorneys from a victim, a real victim of this guy?
I'm in contact with the victim. So that would be
With
Diane.
the victim directly? Oh, well, God bless you doing this work and raising awareness for this monster, because I'll tell you what. So when he gets to prison and jail, he's going straight to protective custody, because as soon as people learn about his case, he's not going to last. And he knows that. So he's going to do the same thing that Judd, the builder, is doing right now, staying in protective custody and losing his mind. I want you to know, after he gets arrested, it's going to be torture for him.
Well, what we're mostly interested in, besides torturing, not so much torturing him. I
went farther.
I get that people will think that way, but what we really want is the little boy to not live in hiding and the little girl not to be being harmed. So that's the main thing.
He needs to be put away. He's not safe for society. That's the main thing. Yes.
Let's show you.
I'd like to say that about many societies and many political values, but our children are always at risk. You know what I mean?
These are all the.
So let me just show you.
These are all the
email here.
articles
All
that
the
are. A lot of people
attack
say, that they've
articles,
never seen it.
arson
These are all the
articles that
articles
we
that are out
have,
there.
and
A
London
lot of them
Forest
are
on her
Netherlands
channel.
articles, but I have them translated in English.
Our children are always at risk by the greed, the corruption, and absolute corporatization of humanity. We're always at risk.
Something else.
Now this is very important. This is the last.
There's an
article
echo there, so
about
I don't know what you're going to do, Emily. You might as well mute the video when you're talking, because we can hear an echo.
The reputation of anyone who's a public figure, and that's really helped Gaddis a lot. They've used enough identifiers to have his name there, but until convicted, and even when convicted, because Ilias A was convicted, they are careful not to fully identify people a lot of times. So we have Ilias A from Germany. He was a Kosovoan who lived in Germany, married to Marina Abdullah, and he's 36, and attacked the woman from Berghamsted, May 2022, through sulfuric acid. Now you saw the names on the warrant, so you know who we're talking about here. The man says that the ex-partner of victim Diane forced him to attack, which caused permanent unsightly scars on her body. Who was the man that the warrant said forced him to attack, and who's the ex-partner of victim Diane? Gaddis Lagstans. Who's Gaddis Lagstans? Gotis or Sferia. And by the way, if you want to dispute that fact, go to the Metro UK article about him stabbing his classmates in Ventspils School in Latvia in 2006.
But why does it say? Why does it say Malaysia? Justice does not work to ask Malaysia for help. So Malaysia's not providing any information. Is that correct?
Well, the
Malaysia
story's
provided.
unfolding here. The story's unfolding here.
Right, okay, thank you for that. Thank you. Wow.
Okay, am I muted? Let me see. So this is the last article related to Malaysia being where they think they are. This is the public prosecutor in the Netherlands said that they would not pursue trying to get them out of Malaysia because of human rights related issues with how they might be treated by the authorities in Malaysia, if you can believe that. So isn't that nice? But this is once again proof of who they're talking about. Another thing is the Hokie law in the Netherlands, where they protect public figures and even non-public figures, people with records, like Ilyas A is Ilyas Abdullah, and we know that Diane is the victim and that her ex would be. And they say in a lot of the articles, they'll say Latvian raw meat YouTuber. Well, how many people fit that description? But they won't name him, and that does suck for us, but it's pretty obvious if you put all the identifiers together who we're talking about.
That's predator protection. That just is a pattern.
Yep. And then just at the end here, I'll show you the Echo Act. Oh, this is Diane. Let me play this little part of her talking to you. I want you to get to see
So
it
are we
here for a
talking
second.
sulfuric acid here? Are we talking sulfuric acid?
At a concentration high enough to kill, yes. Which is another thing they tried to kind of diminish the concentration. She's had cartilage in her nose replaced. She almost lost an arm, and they threw it at her back laughing, which, you know, even after she was running away from them, it was horrible. They did not blind her, which was the goal, and she kept her arm. So, and she's working on claiming her health. But yeah, it's a very difficult thing. Very scary.
Big time, mate. Big time.
Acid and the
What
license
a
plates.
fucking
Also, he's
violent
been caught on
act. What an
CCTV camera
abhorrent
at her house.
violent act to throw acid on somebody, to eat their body. What the fuck?
That's
Sorry
premeditated
about that.
evil.
Sorry about that. Sorry about my graphic language. Sorry about that. Sorry.
It's straight up evil.
Your support is so generous, kind, and amazing to help. And I just appreciate it so much. It gives me the hope we can get through this.
What is that?
I've got no idea.
Welcome back.
Yeah, that's the Echo Act that we're going to be presenting Diane's story with in combo with talking about why we need the Echo Act.
Wow.
Are you in Congress or some sort of political power position, Emily?
No, I do paralegal work at a hospital, which is as bad as it sounds. So, but I do med mal work right now. But
Well, it sounds like you care about people. It sounds like you care about people, Emily. That's important.
non-government organizations, volunteer bases are the best organizations out there. NGOs.
Man, what?
Like Erin. What? NGOs like Erin Brockovich. You ever heard about Erin
Oh, sorry.
Brockovich?
I'm not familiar with British politics. Sorry.
yeah, here we call them other things, nonprofits, and we have nonprofits.
Anyway, right. That's why I mentioned
I'm a left
Erin
person,
Brockovich. That's why I mentioned Erin Brockovich. Have you never seen Erin Brockovich with Julia fucking what's her name? Come on, taking on the
I love
corporation.
that. I love that story. You know, she's fighting the data centers right now, actually, which is
Yes, man, the data centers. I mean, mate, I could talk all day about data centers and the wasted heat. And they went there too quick without infrastructure. I mean, I could talk all day about that, but we're not
Wait.
allowed to. Come on.
Why are you not allowed to?
Because we're not allowed to.
You're surprised?
You're allowed to.
No, mate, DNW kicked me because I mentioned a few JW words, what, and things like that.
Oi!
I saw that question, what you could do to support me. So on my channel, I have a link to, and my channel names are mentioned, I think, in the video, but I have a petition that is a supporting document. So if you wanted to sign that, that would be great.
Okay, yeah, where can we do that?
Yeah, I'll, let me get a link, but I'll do that while we're talking. But that, and also I'll just come on when I have things to do. I'm thinking about real-time activism where we might even stage something in person. I have support from the JDF, but they support victims first, but they do, she said they're completely aligned with my goals. They're the ones that helped, that's Layla Mickelwait's organization, who helped take stuff off of Pornhub from victims and stuff. So
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Damn,
and
you're
so they-
lit, Emily. You're lit, and I'm with you for your cause. You're what's
but
up.
they may go, they may help me go do in-person activism on this in the fall if we're still doing
So
this. And then I've got my court
Emily-
case, so we're litigating. Yep.
Emily, may I ask you a favor? Can you put your channel name in backstage for me to copy and paste? Because I can't do it because I've got no spanner and I don't want a spanner. You know what I mean?
Will do. I'll get all my channels up. Talk amongst yourselves. Still loading.
Well, wow, what a presentation, Emily. And I'm pretty sure, I hope everyone listening can understand where you come from and how we have to take pitchforks and torches to this guy. And I'm looking for that petition. That's a separate one from the one you're doing. I'll start the pitchforks and torches petition separately. Okay.
Really, I'm aiming my pitchforks at the companies that hide these people and enable them to evade arrest and hurt kids. So that's what this is aimed at. Is that
You should run for higher office. You should run for
That's one
higher
of my
office.
That's one of my oldest sayings. Can I just interrupt there, fella? Don't worry about left or right. Worry about the people steering the sheep or the ship.
Right, it's rich versus poor. Okay, Emily gets that. Emily, you should run for higher office, given that you know it's rich versus poor. Run for higher office. I encourage that. I think you can get people to vote for you, Emily.
Well, I appreciate that. I might do that someday. Who knows? It sounds stressful though.
You've got a
But
brand
maybe-
new subscriber
Well,
there, Emily.
if-
Brand new subscriber. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, sir. And here's the petition. And I need to update that petition. And I'll give you the parody channel as well because it's where I upload. And I'll give you Diane's channel as well.
I see some people in the chat, specifically one, The Freak, says Zill believes all women except Melania. That's quite an interesting response to me talking about supporting Emily for fighting this evil. I'm really struggling to find the point that The Freak has. And I guess just people like that in the comments who support MAGA are just, it's just more proof that they're living in a different reality. And
I mean,
it's
if they're
really
cool with,
unfortunate.
if they're cool. I mean, what's this got to do with women? We're also talking about a little boy. Do you like little boys and think they deserve to live? That firebomb that's aimed at the little boy in the window.
Well said. Well
I have
said.
no idea.
It's
He
not just
somehow
about women.
found a way. He somehow found a way to justify his degeneracy here. So
I mean,
I
you're
don't
the
understand.
degenerate, aren't you? You're the degenerate when you think about that. Just because you didn't include little boys, are you not a Catholic? Oh.
Yeah, I think The Freak got publicly humiliated here. So, The Freak, I encourage you to rethink your MAGA alliances and realize that you are in a cult, brother. And Christian to Christian, it's sad to see you like this, bro. You need to remember what Jesus taught. Okay? You love your neighbor and you love the stranger. And at some point, MAGA has forgotten about this. And it's just so sad to see.
Yeah, man. Yeah, big time. MAGA, mega, mega. Wow.
Exactly.
had that
Make
MAGA cult
Israel great again.
MAGA, indeed. I've had the MAGA cult fight with family members who are very intelligent, and you know, it's sad.
To say, don't make Israel great again. Can we say we all support the Al-Aqsa Mosque and we love the Christian sites that are under Jordanian rule on the certain side of Jerusalem? You know much about that? Can we talk about that? All the Christians that are getting what demonized, spat at, beat up, old
Well,
women,
nobody's
youths
gonna
getting
nobody's gonna
well,
support that. You should raise awareness about Christians being oppressed for sure.
In Taba, they're getting murdered. That's a Christian, it's predominantly Christian town, and they were sitting there eating snacks, watching the fire pit like it was a fire pit instead of, people's homes.
Yeah,
And
no, that's not okay either. Nobody should be targeted based on their religion. And that's the lesson that MAGA doesn't understand either, because they hate Zoran Mamdani doing awesome stuff in New York City. They're like, he wants to do 9/11 2.0, but he's for the people. Are you guys kidding me on this racist bullshit?
who brought Al Qaeda into the Oval Office? Who brought Al Qaeda?
That was
into
Mr. DT Dumpster Diaper Boy Donald Trump who did that. He brought Al Qaeda into the Oval Office. He is a traitor.
Thanks, Emily.
He's a
Does anybody
traitor,
else want
y'all.
to come on, guys?
He's a straight traitor. He's a traitor.
Danny, you're quiet. I think I don't know if he's a.
Hey, the freak! I thought you were supposed to hit the panel and talk to me about this MAGA stuff, bro. But
no Jack tonight.
Well, the freak. I know you're not gonna face me on panel after what we just aired out. So I understand you staying in the comments there. You're looking weak. If you support MAGA right now, you're looking real weak right now.
Emily,
stick bug legs.
unfortunately, I don't think your audio did that justice. That's just my view. It was hard
Oh,
to
I know.
hear.
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah.
that. And then representing it on this Wi-Fi that I have, just not the best. But yeah, I just kind of want to
Anyways,
put
right.
names and faces to what we're talking
We
about.
can go again another day.
Yeah.
No, back to Emily. No, right. No, this is back to Emily and her cause. Emily, I appreciate what you're fighting for, and people should be behind you, because this is pitchforks, torches situation, right?
Well, it's the thing is we, everybody's talking about caring about protecting children. That's what this congressional hearing's about. And yet we see that they've spent thousands. I mean, Priscilla Perez from the multi-billion, really actually $1 trillion law firm fighting me, just me. She has been paid thousands and thousands. She makes about $500 an hour every time she does anything on this case. And they've paid for actually, obfuscating facts. So like what Jack Talcott talks about legal secrets, that's a great example. So instead of just doing the right thing, they have all the evidence they need to know that. And so that's what the ECHO Act is about. They're going to go and present themselves as child protectors, and we're going to say, no, we need the ECHO Act because we want them to have to by way of law.
Yeah, man. Anyway,
Excellent.
DNW and Danny Socialist Experimentalist. I'll not say this, but can I comment to our American friends about Southampton in Northern Ireland recently? Am I allowed to
Yeah.
talk about that?
Yeah, just don't say anything illegal.
Don't be illegal.
No. Right. Do you know what went on in Southampton recently? And do you know what's talked about in Northern Ireland? Right. And who's in control of social media? And you've got Space Karen insinuating violence everywhere. Do you know much about Tommy Ten Names, Stephen Yaxley Lennon, Elon Musk, his father, etc., etc.? Do you know much about it?
I'm an American, so I don't know if you were talking directly to me, but I'm
I was
familiar
talking
with.
to the whole panel and chat. I was talking to everybody.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've seen what Elon Musk has to say with, the direction of his arm, in a salute. You know the one. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The one he doesn't want circulating on Twitter or Reddit. You know the one.
Do you know what happened? Do you know what happened in Southampton in Northern Ireland within 2 or 3 days?
No.
Well, we had a Sikh, and the Sikhs are alright, by the way. They're very nice people, but a very disturbed Sikh tried to stab somebody up like many months ago, but it's just come out, and the police look like the cunts because the police on camera saying this guy Sikh said I was racially attacked, blah blah blah, and you've got this Polish national, but also a British citizen, right, Henry Nowak, in the UK, saying to the police, I can't breathe, I've been stabbed, I've been stabbed, I've been stabbed. I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And it's not the same as what the Americans can't breathe. This guy's been stabbed in the lungs, right? Yeah, so he can't breathe. And the police just handcuffed him, took him to custody, and he died. But the guy that said he was assaulted racially is the wrong guy that's been assaulted. So now, and we've got in Northern Ireland, right, a Sudanian guy, and again, I'm not coming from any racial point here. I'm not going to go on the Tommy 10 names tirade because he's an absolute arsehole paid by a certain community to be an arsehole, a provocateur. But in Northern Ireland, what they're doing is going on fucking social media saying, you want to get out there and fight for your country, right? In Northern Ireland, somebody tried to be somebody from Sudan almost decapitated an Irish individual, and stabbed him up, clawed his eyes out on tape, etc., etc. And then the police
For being
came. But
Irish?
before the police, yeah, man, Northern Irish, yeah, man. But anyway, all I'm trying to say is, mate, these are violent, absolute abhorrent things, but don't believe or engage with social media trying to get the fucking far right going for it, because that's absolutely disgusting.
Well, we shouldn't have people burning down innocent people's houses or shops.
Nope.
And stuff like that,
Nope. Thank you for letting me say that, DNW. Thank you for letting me say that. It's disgusting, isn't it? It's disgusting. And do you know where Elon? Do you know where Tommy 10 Names is right now? He's in Moscow meeting with Elon Musk's father, who impregnated his stepdaughter in Russia. Come on, I mean, he didn't impregnate her in Russia, but they're both meeting in Russia right now. Did you know that? Wow.
And what's going to happen from that meeting, I wonder?
Well, come on, I don't want to say anything about that. Oh.
It is a worrying time all around, and it's not simple, unfortunately, Valhalla.
The Epstein class, y'all. It's the Epstein class and the ones just below it too, who think.
Mate, it's all called mind control. It's all called manipulation, social engineering. You know what I mean? Divide and conquer, and let them kill themselves. And whose plan is that?
Yo, you got a mute, bro.
Yeah, the show's gonna end, guys.
Well, thank you,
Emily.
DNW.
Emily, I think next time you need just yourself doing it because there's too much talking over. But Valhalla, I'm sorry for having a pop at you and Zil, but I couldn't hear Emily. It was frustrating me.
That's all right, mate. Yeah. I understand.
Where can we support you, Emily? Where can we support you?
Over at the Cromwell Ferry channel. One place. And,
I just didn't know the background, and I wanted to ask about the background. Sorry, Emily. I wanted to know about the background. I didn't know nothing, so sorry for interrupting you, Emily. Sorry.
Yeah, it's unintentional, so it's okay. But yeah, we'll do it differently when I have an update. But appreciate everybody, including Valhalla, for your questions and interest in the case.
Where can we support you, Emily?
The Probable Parody channel. I think he posted the link in the chat and put it up on the screen as well.
It's in the private chat, and I shared it in the live chat.
Okay, yeah, that's the main place I talk about the case. I do talk about it on my personal channel a little bit, and then there's the petition also. But I'll come on with anything going on that's new in the future.
Nice meeting you, Emily, and thank you for sharing this monster who deserves pitchforks and torches.
You're really into pitchforks and torches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to respond to this. That's
I get it.
the only thing I can imagine.
I get it.
Okie doke. Well, does anybody have anything to say before we end the show?
Well, thank you for letting me up, DNWD. Sorry for interrupting, Emily, but I didn't know much about the backstory, so I just needed to know. Sorry
No
about
worries.
that. Sorry.
Okie doke. All right, guys, we'll leave it there then. We'll leave it there. Thanks, Emily. Thank you, guys. Take care, everybody.
Later.
Bye. And everybody, the link is in the live chat. Emily, you can share it in a comment under the video afterwards, hopefully. And we'll leave it there. Maybe we'll be back soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.